Titans, also GC Foster College. Watch them. They tend to be very good at this time of year. Titans with Jazeel Murphy get back into it, but GC Foster College has a lead. Here come Titans now, just to their inside. So GC and the Titans. Johan Blake will anchor Titans, and he'll put a march on now. And his authority purely stamped on this field. Johan Blake steps forward. 39.50 is what flashes on our clock. And Titans with a titanic ankle leg from none other than the second fastest man in history, Johan Blake, and they get the win comfortably in the end.
He still has it, Johan Blake. Seems to be limping away a little bit. Hope that's nothing serious. He, of course, the fastest Jamaican in the 100 meters every season since Johan Blake has retired. Bolt has retired, including 2017 before Bolt left. Here's a back stretch.
Jazeel Murphy
in the middle.
Yep.
Jazeel Murphy anchored Jamaica to a medal at the World Juniors 2012. Gets a tough down. We talked about him. Nice smooth baton pass, and on the outside, GC Foster.
Javon White.
When Johan Blake gets the baton, he's not in the lead. He's not second. Maybe he's fourth. But his indomitable will and his still prominent sprint speed sorts out second, gets past GC Foster, takes the lead, and wins by a meter or two. Still fast is Johan Blake.
Yeah, 39.52, anchoring them to victory. Johan Blake looks comfortable going by GC Foster and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And another training session for Johan Blake. Ran the 60 earlier. In the 60 final later this evening.
Seemed to limp away, Dwayne. That's the only uncomfortable part of the performance. And there he is, just putting his shoes on. Maybe he's fine. Hopefully nothing there that would trouble the season for super veteran, superstar sprinter Johan Blake.
Is that a sign of what we may or may not see in the 60? I mean, I must admit I'm surprised that he would have contested this if he's still planning on showing up in the 60-meter final.
Sure, he will have a quick chat with Coach Greg Little and Coach Mikey Freighter and sort that out. But maybe you're right, Jordan. Maybe after those two efforts, maybe that should be it for the day.
So we turn our attention now to the high school girls, the 4x1s. And we'll start, like we did, on the high school boys side in Class 1.
Yeah, Petersfield will go in lane 1, Excelsior in 2, Eden Allen. They will occupy lane number 3, Heidel in 4, St. Catherine in 5, Homewood in 6. The girls from Morosca Road, Wolmer's girls in 7, and out in lane 8, William Nib. The record, 43.37, set in 2022. Again, the lineup: Petersfield, Excelsior, Eden Allen, Heidel, St. Catherine, Homewood, Wolmer's girls, and William Nib are the 8 teams that will face the starter. Again, Hubert, the record set last year by Eden Allen, 43.37 seconds. Spectacular.
On the outside, this is Wolmer's. They've got Michaela Gardner on this team. She's a powerhouse sprinter at 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah. Now Homewood Tech.
They come in with a time of 46.20.
The St. Catherine High School Conquerors from St. John's Road. They coach Marlon James. Great team coming up from Class 3.
There's Heidel. Looks like Alana Reed will lead them
right
off.
on the season leading time, the 44.3 for Heidel. They're going to try and go sub 44 if they can.
And they're inside Eden Allen.
Excelsior.
Further inside Excelsior.
Yeah, 47.68 to qualify for this final.
No big names, but their baton passing all day has been spectacular.
Petersfield, we did see Alexis James in the heats.
Because of her second leg, they're the Western Relay champions at 4x, Western champions at 4x1.
Your marks.
So,
World Championship Junior 200 bronze medalist Alana Reed. Second last year in the Class 2 100. She's first year Class 1.
Part of a 1-3 for Jamaica in Cali behind Brianna Liston. Class 1 girls 4x1s.
Set.
This is the final. And they're away cleanly. A good start for Heidel. Good start for Edwin Allen, but Reed has already opened up that stagger on Edwin Allen. Brilliant start. And Heidel down the back stretch. Edwin Allen on the hunt. And Serena Cole closing that gap on the outside for Edwin Allen. Heidel still with an advantage over Edwin Allen. Homewood Technical on the outside, getting her team back into the picture. But Heidel and Edwin Allen, the two powerhouses in girls track and field. Here come Edwin Allen, the girls from Frankfield in Clarendon. But Heidel responds. It's gonna be Ferry. Heidel, they step forward and march away with this one. 44.52 on the clock downstairs. That's the flash time for Heidel, the winners of the Class 1 girls 4x1s.
Alia Baker with a fine ankle leg, but the team overall performing brilliantly to hold off the challenge of Edwin Allen. So Heidel with Alana Reed on the opening leg, Anika Makanoff down the back stretch, and Hubert coming tantalizingly close to that sub 44 mark. Here, Alana Reed puts them in pole position on the first leg.
Super first leg by the World Junior 200 bronze medalist, and a nice connection with Captain Fantastic, Anika Makanoff. She's a little model of Grace Jackson. Cleans the back stretch powerfully. Edwin Allen coming up as well, but here's a pass. Another good pass by Heidel, and then Edwin Allen start to make up ground on the third leg. The margin between them shrinks on the third leg, and the baton pass is made about the same time. Great change by Edwin Allen. No, not so good for Heidel either. And then Alia Baker, her first appearance all day here, comes flying, takes over, and gives a safe margin for Corey Bennett and Heidel.
Alana Reed, Anika Makanoff on that team. Shania Myers and Alia Baker bring Heidel home at 44.25. Edwin Allen 44.91, and Homewood Technical, Ricky and Russell running a brilliant third leg, 46.13. Woolmers in fourth, Petersfield fifth, William Knibb in sixth, seventh is Excelsior, and St. Catherine didn't finish in the girls' Class 1 final.
Season's best in all the boys 4x1s, and the girls kick off the same way, 44.26 for Heidel. Season's best.
So we go again for the next event, event 21, the girls' Class 2 4x1 final. A record again held by Edwin Allen set in 2020. The lineup: Excelsior will go in lane 1, Holy Child in 2, Camperdown 3, St. Jago in 4, St. Catherine 5, Edwin Allen in 6, Manchester in 7, and St. Mary outside in lane number 8.
Set. So what will Class 2 produce? Sent away cleanly. Class 1 was filled with excitement and already running well. Edwin Allen, but lane 5 St. Catherine have cut the stagger on Edwin Allen. So Edwin Allen tried to respond now, and they do just that on the back stretch. St. Catherine still though in striking distance. It's Edwin Allen, St. Catherine, St. Jago on St. Mary on the outside, and on the inside St. Jago. St. Jago are back into the picture. St. Catherine now left behind. It's Edwin Allen and St. Jago. Edwin Allen, St. Jago. It's St. Jago ahead of Edwin Allen. Will Edwin Allen be able to overhaul this lead? No, she won't. In fact, the lead is extended, and St. Jago get the win in Class 2. 46-32 is what flashes on the clock, and the ladies from Monk Street in Class 2 finish ahead of Edwin Allen in the 4x100 meters.
Got to hand it to St. Jago. No Kumwai Binga, no Olivia St. John, but still they've kept on winning since Class 4. Great baton passing by the St. Jago team. I think that's Brianna Campbell on the anchor leg. She's come up in the classes. Here supplies a fine anchor to keep the Monks ahead.
Yeah, great start from Edwin Allen on the outside. So too St. Catherine doing most of the running at this point. St. Jago being left behind. Manchester also there on the outside. Clean changes for St. Catherine. Edwin Allen powerful down the backstretch. Manchester for company. St. Jago trying to get back into the mix. slow exchange for St. Catherine. Manchester, they dropped the baton, but St. Jago on the third leg, blistering, getting past St. Catherine, catching up to Edwin Allen, and the baton changes on the ankle leg. St. Jago in front, Edwin Allen trying to keep pace, but the sheer grit and determination of St. Jago through Brianna Davidson,
hurdler.
yeah, great ankle leg, takes St. Jago home in 46.04. Edwin Allen, 46.25. St. Mary High School, 46.87. And St. Catherine encountered problems on the ankle leg, finishes in fourth, 47.28, with Camperdown, 47.75 in fifth. Holy Childhood, they finished in sixth.
They're watching in New York and in Florida, and I think in Spanish Town as well. The SuperNet touches base with Gibson McCook Relays.
Yeah, Class 3 girls, the final on track. Lane 1 has scheduled St. Catherine. Lane 2, as I said before, one of my favorite teams to watch this season, Mount Alvernia. No Hydale in Lane 3. Excelsior will line up in Lane 4. Wolmer's Girls in 5. Edwin Allen in 6. Homewood Technical in 7. And Veer Technical in Lane 8. So Lane 1 is empty. That's Veer Technical on your screen. Homewood, 48 seconds even to get to this final. Edwin Allen saying hi to the people in Frankfield. Eagles, Lady Eagles of Excelsior, right down the road from here. About 1,600 meters, to be precise. St. Catherine, not here. Mount Alvernia in at 48.86. They will run from lane 2, so no one behind them. Well, looks like Hydel has joined the party. So Hydel will line up in lane 3. They've won one of the sprint relays so far. So Hydel, they enter the track to set and test their block. So gentlemen, the athletes have been going quick and fast this afternoon.
Hydel Class 1, 44.26. Can't help but think what it would have been like in Class 1 had Brenna Liston been in school and Karika Hill. Their top team last year at the Penn Relays, 43.6. Sensational. That came second to 43.18 by the team that we talked about for several seasons, Edwin Allen.
Yeah, Renata Brown said it. The conveyor belt that is talent track and field in Jamaica continues to churn out world-class talents at the junior level, and it is evident at the senior level that this on the women's side will continue for a very long time.
Yeah, best ever medal haul for the country in Cali last year at the World Under 20 Championships, whether senior or junior at any major championships. Set position. Sent away in the Class 3 girls 4x100 meters. And already a good start for Wolmer's in lane 5. They're flying on this first leg. Edwin Allen just stretching to exchange a baton, but Edwin Allen now responding. And Wolmer's on the inside, try to get back. Well, this is a strong run from Edwin Allen. And Wolmer's still within striking distance. Here come Wolmer's now. The girls from Morosco Road with a powerful third leg. And Excelsior look like they have some issues. Hydel left behind. Edwin Allen won't be able to get back to the maroon and gold clad ladies, coached by Michael Carr. Wolmer's girls storm away with the Class 3 4x100 meters. 46.36 is what flashes on the clock for what is a powerful Wolmer's girls sprint relay team.
A big run from Wolmer's. Zanoya Sterling on the ankle leg, guided them home brilliantly, but Latrice East on that third leg. Fabulous performance from the Michael car coach team. He's been doing this for over 30 years, gentlemen, as you look at the replay.
Great start. Wolmer's in the luminescent maroon and gold in the middle. They closed down the end of the first leg and get the baton, I think, to Tiana Madison. She won the Class 4 70-meter hurdles in 2021 and runs a strong second leg. That's Terry Long, moved to the backstretch for Edwin Allen, Class 3 and Class 4 double sprint champion. And now, Natrice East, the girl with the lean, sprint double champion last year in Class 4, runs a splendiferous top curve and gives Sterling a big margin to work with. The baton pass, out, in, boom, Wolmer's gone. Michael Clark nodding his head, happy, playing his mouth organ. He knows that Wolmer's is home and dry.
Home, dry, and safe. Clean exchanges from start to finish for the girls from Wolmer's. And their principal surely watching this one, cheering. They have some notable alumni, especially on the girls' side. As we look at the results, Wolmer's girls 46.09, Edwin Allen 47.12, Heidel 47.46, your top three, with Veer in fourth, Homewood in fifth, and Mount Alvernia finishing in sixth.
KFC, we still a do it big, big, big. Work hard every day with determination. Anything you set your mind to, you do it big. No underestimate your potential. You are a real big deal and you must win.
SPICE in your area. KFC with the taste and the flavor. We are big deals, so that we are hard and we do big things we no follow.
We still a do it big.
KFC Big Deal, because big dreamers need a big deal.
RADIO Plus Shop, what we call that? Radio Shop. For tablet, laptops, Bluetooth speakers, check Radio Shop. Smartwatches and headphones, things to your cell phone, check Radio Shop. For trendy technology and gadgets, visit us at our conveniently located branches. Manchester, Montego Bay, Constant Spring Road. Ask about Credit Shack for flexible financing options with up to 36 months to pay. Call us today at 926-2110 for details. RADIO Plus Shop, what we call that? Radio Shop. Conditions apply.
These days, challenges are everywhere and things are constantly changing, but independent living remains the same. Rising above physical challenges, we can help you do it. For years, we have been Jamaica's trusted provider for solutions to improve patient care, safety, and the general quality of life. No matter your age or your physical limitation, we are the caring store, waiting to serve you. It's time to experience independent living. Visit us today.
Alvernia, the top two at the moment. St. Jago with work to do. Oh, the baton goes down for Mount Alvernia, and up steps Heidel to take advantage of that misfortune. So Heidel and Homewood now are the top two. Edwin Allen on the very outside with lots of work to do. They'll have to settle for third, it appears. But look at this ankle leg run from Homewood Technical, trying to get there. So close at the end. Looks like Heidel managed to hold them off. And that one came right down to the wire at the finish between Heidel and Edwin Allen and Homewood Technical, pardon me. But Heidel, I think, got there in the end.
Nothing but drama in the Class 4 4x100 meters. Looks like Heidel have an injury on the ankle leg that may have caused them to slow down. They came in as number 2 in the nation before the meet began. The start, Dwayne, is even, and the Lilac going best on the first leg.
Yeah, great running from Heidel on the first leg. They close the gap on Mount Alvernia on their outside, and steady running from them on the extreme outside. Edwin Allen doing the business, but the battle in the middle of the track. Homewood trying to keep track with everyone else. The exchange, poor for Mount Alvernia. They're out of it, and it's all Heidel at this point. Homewood storming back on the third leg. Sophia Brown runs out for Heidel. She collects the baton and goes off to the races. She, at this point, with a slender advantage over Homewood Technical. Homewood coming back, inching closer and closer and closer as the line comes, the line beckons. Sophia Brown, though, holds on for 48.88 seconds to get the win for Heidel. Lost the baton after she passed the finish line, so Sophia Brown brings Heidel home in 48.86. Homewood Technical just 100th of a second, 48.87. Edinallen 49.90, St. Jacob 50.08, Wolmer's Girls 50.21, Manchester 51 seconds even, Excelsior 51.09, and the season leaders, Mount Alvernia, failed to finish.
That's the first 4x1 in which a season's best has not been set in the finals. It was set in the heats by the unfortunate Mount Alvernia team who dropped the stick at the backstretch. They were behind on the first leg and under pressure.
The 4x1 Masters final set to go on track now. Lane 1, Mona Masters, Jamaica Elite Masters, they go in 2. Canadian Speed, they go in 3. Lane 4 should have had Express. They're non-starters. Jamaica Masters in lane 5. Elite Masters in lane 6. Big Brothers, they go in 7. No one in lane number 8. So no explosive Masters in lane 8. So the
These
Masters.
are the Masters, Dwayne, and the meet has a international audience. I think there are some 9-year-olds watching in New York. TJ, you know him. He's tuned into the broadcast, and Gillian Russell Love, she's tuned in Florida, and a cast of hundreds of thousands bring it to them here from Kingston, the House of Speed.
Yeah, Canadians also checking in into this broadcast, and those who are up in England now watching, Kamal Fuller tuning in from England.
I think quite a few are there watching. 4x1's all done now. Season's best back-to-back. It started in the prep and primary with Spanish Town having a great season, and has come back to Johan Blake and to Heidel's Class 1 team, racking up the highlights in the 4x1 so far.
So as we get ready for the Masters, the record 43.50 set back in 2016. It's held jointly actually by the Canadian and Jamaican Masters. So the meet officials doing a fantastic job getting this meet back on time. This event scheduled for 6:20 after the earlier delay. In the women's 60 meters, we are now back on schedule.
6:20 on Big Ben, so they've got it right back where it's supposed to be. Great.
So the teams just awaiting the starters' instructions. For this Masters 4x1.
Wow.
And
And look at the grandstand in the center, in some spots, filled down to the fences. Track is back.
yeah,
So
track.
Jamaica Masters, I'm told, are going to the World Masters Indoor Championships in Toronto, Poland, March 26 to April 1. And there are 20 members of the team, Jamaica's Masters team, expected to participate there, including a name everyone should know well, James Beckford, Winston Chambers, Johan Ogilvy, Samuel Brevitt, just to name a few. The team set to leave towards the end of March to compete in those championships in Poland, and so the Gibson Relays, Hubert and Dwayne, setting the stage for them in terms of preparation, Jamaica's Masters team, for the World Indoor Championships.
Yeah, we've seen quite a number of teams in the past come to the Gibson McCook Relays to prepare themselves for international competition and even for training purposes. We remember instances where the Jamaica netball team, the Sunshine Girls, would come and run a 4x4 relay. So the flavor that is the Gibson McCook Relays, applying and fit for everyone, all ages, at all stages. And
I would posit, though, that this is perhaps the toughest sport to compete in at the Masters level. It's so physically grueling.
Haven't seen Masters table tennis, have you? Very, very fast, very tricky, spin and speed sensitive. Maybe badminton would say the same. Maybe.
So let's see what all the teams indeed will produce. But Jamaica's Masters
Stand up.
quartet, particularly with eyes on them.
Up through the middle of February, the starters have been very, very generous. Watched a couple of meets inside this building where lots of false starts were forgiven. Let's see about this one.
Well, all eyes will be on lane 2 for the Jamaica team. Jamaica Masters, they, from what I can recall seeing, moved first. So lane 2 have been shown a red card.
That's the Jamaica Elite team.
Yeah, Jamaica Elite. So Jamaica Elite out by the basis of a false start. So we're left with 5 teams.
Can't chastise the youngsters then for false starting. These are
Set.
the most senior you can get. Sent away in the Masters 4x1s. And a good start for Canadian Speed. And let's see what they do on that backstretch. And in the middle of the track, Jamaica Masters in lane 5, trying to respond to this lead from Big Brother on the outside. And inside them, Elite Masters. And Big Brother beating the Little Brothers at the moment into submission. Here come Jamaica Masters and Elite Masters. So Elite Masters actually take control ahead of Jamaica Masters. And I think they've actually ended in the same lane.
Did he celebrate too soon?
And I think that's what the complaint is about now. You ran into my lane. But I mean, we saw the primary and prep schools execute this perfectly. I think that the over 35s wouldn't have these issues.
May have just lost his bearings. You know, it tends to go when you get older. So, you know, may have...
I know where I am.
I tell you what, a couple of the guys out there trying to relive the glory days as we take a look at the replay from this Masters final. It was a good start from Canadian Speed, but I think there was maybe a stoppage or a slowing of speed on the backstretch for them.
Great change by Canada in the middle of the track, though. On the outside, Big Brother with a commanding lead ahead of Elite Masters. And here, the exchange. Big Brother first, Elite Masters in lane number 6. And there, going down the track, Elite Masters. And then, I think he just drifts over into lane number 5. Yep.
Indeed he does.
And celebrates.
He ended the race in lane 4.
The rules say that you can go out of your lane and not be disqualified unless you create an obstruction.
And it's all discretionary, of course, but I think anyone looking on that will have to say that was an obstruction indeed.
Yeah, and I should say kudos to Jam Masters for holding it together, because they could have been a massacre on the track. So the official results, will give that to you as soon as they become available.
And I do have an inclination as to why that's not coming up at the moment. So here it is.
Okay, so Elite Masters at 48.45, Jamaica Masters 48.61, Mona Masters 48.64. Big Brothers got the lead at the end, but finished in 4th, 49.47. And Canadian Speed, good changes, but not the speed to match at 58.99. So we turn.
What would I do without you? You help me carry on, you help me stay strong. Whenever I'm down and can get through, you lift me up again and going all day long. precious moments we share. With you, everything's so right. It's clear. Nothing else can compare to the taste that you bring to life. Malta, you're full of life.
6 with St. Andrew A in 7 and Kingston B in lane 8.
So this mixed relay, Special Olympics.
Set. Stand up, stand up.
Athletes, they've been asked to stand. I think there was one athlete who had not gotten into the blocks as yet. As we have the officials sorting things out. This is the 2023 Gibson McCook Relays. I'm Jordan Fort with Hubert Lawrence and Dwayne Extall. And we are live from the National Stadium in Kingston, Jamaica. We're bringing you the action all the way up until the culmination, which is expected to be just a few minutes after 9 tonight. We're currently
So only lane 8 empty for the Special Olympic Jamaica mixed 4x100 meter relay.
Set.
So off they go. Special Olympics mixed relay for the 4x1s. And in the middle of the track, running well at the moment. Looks to be Clarendon. So that's actually the national team. So should be no surprises there because this is in fact the national team. As I told you, Jamaica a strong national team at Special Olympics. Looking around, and this is a strong run from Jamaica's national team in the Special Olympics to come across the line in 46.59.
That was mighty impressive. The baton passing smooth at each juncture, and in the straight, comfortable with enough time to look around. Didn't come off the gas, wanted to run a fast time for the team, but comfortable and great baton passing.
Yeah, 46.59 off the record of 46.06 set back in 2005 by SOJ St. Anne. But the tradition, the love, the zeal for track and field alive at every level. The national team 46.59, St. Catherine 50.67, Kingston A 53.69, Clarendon 53.90, St. Andrew A 55.34 with St. Andrew B at 102.92, and St. Catherine Girls 106.42.
So the 4x1s done and dusted. We get ready now for the 4x800 meters. Remember, this was one of the events which lit up these relays last year at Jamaica College with an outstanding team. Many of
Recover easy from your debt with a loan from Quartz Ready Cash. Pay as low as $3,100 on a $50,000 loan. Getting a personal or business loan of up to $1.5 million with flexible payment terms has never been easier. Apply online or visit any of our 46 locations island-wide. We're open on Saturdays for your convenience. Quartz Ready Cash. We're ready when you are. Promotion runs January 28th to March 4, 2023.
Hi, babe.
Hey, where are you? I thought you were coming home.
Remember Richard? I'm over by his house.
Playing dominoes?
Yeah, no. He got the Yarden Road and wanted to show me the package.
While you playing dominoes, Wayne?
He got the Samsung phone for $999 plus GCT, and he could have gotten the tablet for the same price.
All right, well, just play the S-Blank and come home, all right?
Sign up and get fiber-fast internet at home, unlimited social, YouTube, talk and text with just $4,999 plus GCT, and save big on a Samsung phone or a tablet.
The flat 800 class 1 and 2 and the medley, because the medley turns on how good your 800 man is. And so the 4x8 tells you which teams have enough people and maybe be able to deploy someone really good to the anchor leg for the medley.
Yeah, I think we have the discussion, on quite a number of occasions when we do have the Gibson McCook relays, whether or not the ISA Boys and Girls Championships would consider introducing maybe one more novelty, I shouldn't call it novelty, but one more relay race, so to speak. Of course, outside of the sprint relays and the 4x4s, you do have the medleys.
What I would add to Champs is not that. I'd add a road 10K. The longest event on the schedule is 5,000 meters. I would do a 10K that starts outside the stadium and finishes in the stadium on Saturday evening. To extend the distances that we run for Champs, lots of road 10Ks run by the schoolboys and girls, and to extend the range of what we apply ourselves to for high school Champs. I think I like Champs with the 4x1s and the 4x4 and the medley. The medley is not done in that way anywhere else. In college in the States, 2, 2, 4, 8. But the 10,000, a road 10,000, would introduce to the fans, the coaches and the athletes, championship road racing as part of the general team structure.
Yeah, our producer has advised me that we have a feature to share with you of some records that were broken at the 31st staging of the Gibson McCook Relays. Take a look.
In 1992, Davian Clark anchored Kingston College to victory in the boys' Class 2 4x200 meter relay at the 19th staging of the Gibson McCook Relays. After receiving the baton in 7th position, Clark, who later became one of the country's greatest quarter-milers, flew past the field, which included Calabar's former Class 3 400 meter record holder Ali Watson, to lead the Purples to victory.
Just a bit of information there for you on a bit of history here at the Gibson McCook Relays.
I was here on that day. Wasn't just Ali Watson. It was he was way back in the Class 2 4x2s. Ran a brilliant anchor leg and circled 3 or 4 good anchormen on that day to carry Casey through. A brilliant run by Davian Clark. That season, he won the 200 and 400 in Class 2 and came second in the Class 2 sprint hurdles. Sensational stuff by D. Clark.
Yeah, the history being shared with you by Hubert, who's attended all but one Gibson McCook relay in 2020.
It started in the 70s. I started coming in 1981 to Gibson McCook. But I'm really happy I started to come. It's been fun every year.
It started in 73 because this is the 50th year since the first staging. But Hubert, you mentioned a lovely bit of history just now with Davian Clark at Champs.
Yep.
But the way the rules are structured now, that can't be rivaled anymore, not with the rules set as they are currently set.
Yeah, because you can only do... They had a construct, you can do 4 events total when you're in Class 1. He's in Class 2, so as with Whitehorn a few years ago, he would have to lose one of those events.
Yeah.
Because he also ran the relay in 2000.
Yeah, we spoke about this athlete and this event earlier, the Racers Lions, with their performance in 2010. We have a quick feature on Usain Bolt.
Triple world and Olympic sprint champion Usain Bolt turned in 2 stellar individual performances at the 34th staging of the Gibson McCook Relays in 2010. The world record holder anchored the Racers Lion team with Kenroy Anderson, Ewan Blake and Marvin Anderson to victory in a record 38.08 seconds in the 4x100 meter relay. However, Racers was beaten in the 4x400 meter relay despite his strong anchor leg of 43.58 seconds. Bolt got the baton in 4th place, rounded 2 opponents before the 200 meter mark, but could not gain the lead as the University of Technology won in 3 minutes 05.33 seconds to Racers Club's 3 minutes 05.77.
Yeah,
part
thank you.
of the Usain Bolt mythos. That leg actually 44.3. Had a video afterward that showed the entire ankle leg for Bolt, 44.3. That 43.5, it became part of the Usain Bolt legend that he was so good at every event. I think after the 4x4, he was on the ground, on the football field, said to Mr. Mills, "Coach, no more 400s."
And the rest is history. And I mean, we always ask the question, and we always ask it in hindsight, how good would he have been at
42.75, no doubt.
You heard it here first. Well, not first, but you heard it here with a guarantee from Hubert Lawrence that he would have gone.
So it wasn't 43.5, it was more
The person
44.
who timed that 43.58 told me that he started his watch late. That's what he got. That became part of the mythos.
And apologies, folks, to Hubert spoiling the fun.
Sorry.
Because in ancient days, that's how legend got passed down from generation to generation. And you get all kinds of...
And of course, that was 2010. In that season, he also ran 19.56 in the old Pink Mondo track. This is Usain Bolt in a down year 2010. He's cruising through it after winning double world record doubles in Beijing and Berlin. I'm so happy I got to see him run. And he is patron today. Great Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so great stories. I think I'm waiting for the next book by Hubert. I'll have it on my table to tell stories to my children, because the history of track and field in Jamaica is a rich one.
That's why we're here. And time will come for you to write your stories as well. Me and Mikey Grant have gone Champs 100, Power and Glory, and now 50 Days of Fire. Your turn is coming.
I think mine is still being written.
I think we need a few more meets under our belt, a few more championship meets.
Ah, yeah. Any point in time is a good time to begin to put down history once you feel it's right.
I think I need a few more gray hairs.
Hubert doesn't have gray hairs.
I leave man on the barbershop floor.
So I thought we were supposed to have the 4x8s.
Yeah, but we're set to have the
This looks like
60 meters.
That's 60 meters that has to be dealt with after the first race was run at 70 meters by accident.
Yeah, and this looks like the final. Well, what is the official final for the last two heats 2 and 3. So the fastest qualifiers from those two heats are in this race.
But what the public announcer said was that what they would do is split the final into 2 and have timed finals for the women, just because of that discrepancy earlier on. Which, of course, is not ideal, but there was no ideal fix for it. And because these are run outdoors, you don't generally see 60 meters being run outdoors. It means that the conditions will play a part.
I might have gone for running all of the women's heats at 70
distance.
meters, so everyone runs the same distance, and then advancing people on place rather than time, and then do a final after that. But I think this is another solution they've tried to compose.
So as we look to the track for the next event, the women in the 60-meter dash.
The issue is with equity. If you rerun the 70-meter race as a 60 later, then those athletes run twice to get to the final.
And, you know, I think the added complication here, Hubert, and the nuance is that the prize money is on the line for this one, so it's not merely of academic interest, although even the times are very important. But the fact that, you know, running for placings here is going to carry more significance in the fact that it's going to have a payout.
Yeah, first things first. Well done to the organizer for putting this in the meet, to making it stellar by putting some dollars on the table for the professionals. So well done there. The thing is, how do you get to a solution that's equitable, that gives all of the people who entered a chance to get to the money? So
I did hear one suggestion while I was downstairs, was to have everyone run 70 meters or whatever it was that the first heat ran, and then run 60 meters for the final.
That was my solution maybe not unique either. Run all the women's heats at 70, so everyone faces the same exertion. Advance to the final on place, and then change for the ladies for the final to 60. So it's, in a sense, all square and all fair.
Yeah, because what makes it difficult now, if you try to do this based on time, conditions may not be the same. You may have
what
a
if I get
varying wind.
-2 and you get +2?
Yeah, so
in
that's-
terms of the wind.
That's
I think they've tried again because Tia Clayton, twice World Championship Junior 4x1 gold medalist, and bronze in Class 1 at Champs last year, behind a super race between her sister Tina, the winner, and Brianna Liston of Heidel. The
No.
Clayton twins just now out of Edwin now.
Yeah, so Tia Clayton on screen. As we've heard the discussion, ran 70 meters earlier, qualified through that round at 8.25 seconds. There's Jodine Williams.
World Championship semi-finalist at 200 in 2017, formerly St. Mary High, gone through UE now, and is chasing a junior. Ramona Burchell, 3 times the NCAA champion at Alabama, saw her at the Western Relays running 4x1s and 4x4s. She's very, very fit.
Yeah, good ankle leg for them on the 4x4 at the Western Relays. So that looks like Shaniki Malcolm. So Malcolm representing MVP in lane 1. But you spoke about Ramona Burchell, and almost like a training session on that day at the Western Relays. A tough double, 4x1, then 4x4. But looked good, looked strong, in good early season form on the relays. So as we get you ready for the, as they've dubbed this, the A final, or the first final of the women's 60 meter. Tia Clayton comes up on screen. The lineup, Shaniki Malcolm will go. Listed in lane number 2. Kemba Nelson in 3. Tia Clayton in 4. Ramona Burchell, 5. Jodine Williams to her outside in 6. And in lane 7, Kashika Cameron of MVP.
She looked great, Kashika Cameron did at the Western Relays. A slow start, but a big finish. That's Jodine Williams, big and powerful. Bet at 200, but working to sharpen her speed in the 60.
Yeah, so Malcolm, Nelson, Clayton, Burchell, Jodine Williams, and Kashika Cameron are the athletes listed for this 60-meter final, part of a 2-section timed final. Well, lane 2 is Tia Clayton. And
She was the first Clayton to be fast.
this is
in
Jodine
Class 3.
Williams, now in lane 3. And I think the public announcer may have stopped because what's being listed here on the lineup is not the way it's being set up here. That was Kemba Nelson
in lane 5. Yeah.
In 5, and that's not the way we have it listed here. So still some issues to sort out. And these issues, of course, stem from the fact that there were issues earlier on.
Kemba Nelson, of course, Mount Alvernia, Western champion when she was at Mount Alvernia. Went to Oregon, NCAA indoor 60-meter champion. And second in the Nationals last year, 10.88, all the way to the World Champs semis. And part of the silver medal 4x1 team. Ran anchor in the heats, lead off in the final. Now in Jamaica with elite performance, means she trains alongside every day the sensational Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price.
Yeah, so they've made the adjustment on the track. So Kemba Nelson now in lane 3. Tina Clayton in 4. Ramona Burchell. She goes.
So they're resetting their blocks.
Yeah.
Sprinters use their spike lens to measure out the distance between the front block and the back block. Maybe it should just stay in those lanes and change what's on the paper to keep going.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of their comfort level doing it themselves. Because sometimes it's mental, going through the paces, going through your routine to get yourself ready. Even if someone else does it, it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, but I'm looking at this now and seeing that they've had to reshuffle once again. And I can sense a little bit of the angst, which I'm sure is coming from downstairs from these athletes. As you mentioned, you know, this is an event that requires precision. You prepare for it over and over. And you have to get it right this time around, especially given what happened earlier today.
Yeah, you know, to err is human, to forgive is divine. The key shot after that is to apologize to the fans and the PA system and to create a solution. This is what they've tried to do. And now I guess you're dotting every I and crossing every T.
So I think we're just about ready.
Burchell has always been a brilliant starter. Indoor NCAA 60-meter champion, and in 2018, a world indoor finalist.
So I'll give you the lineup again. Malcolm Shaniki, representing MVP. From Elite Performance, Kemba Nelson, World Championship medalist. Tia Clayton, two-time World Under-20 gold medalist in the relay. Ramona Burchell, representing Sprint Tech, super standout at the University of Alabama. Jodine Williams from the East through UWI. She goes, and then after her is Kashika Cameron of MVP of section 1 of 2, well, final 1 of 2 on your 60-meter open final.
So they're sent to their mark now for the women's 60-meter final 1 of 2. Malcolm Nelson, Clayton, Burchell, Williams, and Cameron. It's a lot about the start. Set position. Sent away cleanly. Good start for Kemba Nelson. Also running well. Tia Clayton. Look at Ramona Burchell on the outside. Clayton and Burchell. Clayton and Burchell. Burchell sneaks through. 7:31 is the flash time. Looks like Burchell nipped Clayton.
7:04 officially for Burchell, 7:05 for Clayton. So the wind, positive 2.9 meters per second.
I saw 7:04 and said, ooh.
Whoa. You can see the bright suit of Tia Clayton with Burchell beside her. Decides she doesn't want to lose. Makes up push in the last 10 meters and gets back to evens. That was close.
Yeah, Clayton up into her running very quickly. Burchell running all the way through the tape. That 400-meter strength you've spoken about, Hubert, coming to the fore. Clayton herself has run some 400 meters as well, but Ramona Burchell 7.04, Tia Clayton 7.05, Jodine Williams 7.16, Cameron 7.19 with Kemba Nelson 7.22, and Shanique Malcolm 7.56. Again,
and not on that page, 2.9 meters per second wind in their backs.
Important to point out. I think after Sharika Jackson ran 7.18 today in the UK.
Indoors where there's no assisting wind, and also in England, February, maybe a touch too cool to really, really, really let it rip. But still, great progress for Burchell and for Tia Clayton.
So we turn our attention to the final, second final, the women's 60 meters. Crystal Morrison listed for lane 1, Amoy Brown in 2, Shakoria Wallace in 3, the world under-20 sprint hurdles champion, Karika Hill in 4, Shashali Forbes, Tina Clayton, world under-20 100 champion twice over, will go in 6. Crystal Slowly, standout from Campion College, now at UTEC, will go in 7 with Drew Levy, World Championship relay medalist in lane 8.
Hill, 11.16 to equal the girls' class 2 record last year at Hydel. That's Amoy Brown, the hurdler, formerly of Vertec.
Yeah, and keep that number. You see Amoy Brown on screen. plus 2.9 in mind. I'll tell you why after the race. Remember the discussion we had about the issues with splitting the race as we look at Shakuria Wallace of MVP.
Late start in the sport. Great season in 2022.
This now is Karika Hill.
Yeah,
among hurdles prospects, maybe the best I've ever seen, world junior champion.
Sasha Lee Forbes goes on her outside.
Formerly of Homewood, has won world and Olympic 4x1 medals for Jamaica. Great turn runner.
This is Tina Clayton.
Yeah, Tina Clayton, the twice world under-20 champion, representing MVP. Also a part of that big 4x1 world record team for under-20, Tina Clayton.
Complete sprinter, start, finish, and middle.
Crystal Slowly is on her outside. Her training partner at the UTEC MVP base. And Jura Levy on the very outside.
Has been doing this for quite a long time. Represented Jamaica for the first time in 2007 on the international stage at the World
Relay
Youth
medal in 2011 and part of big Jamaican teams to the World Relays. This is Karika Hill. To say she's gifted is an understatement.
Sasha Lee Forbes ran 7:18 to get here. Hill 7:22. Speedy, both of them. Professional debut for Hill. Clayton, you figure, will have something to say about the result of this race. Set position, sent away. Good start for Tina Clayton. Also Sasha Lee Forbes. Tina Clayton steps ahead now. It's going to be Tina Clayton and Forbes. And the clock keeps going.
I've got 7:1 on my clock. Let's wait for the official time to come through. But Tina Clayton, no weakness in the race. Good start, good middle, good top speed. Karika Hill right beside her.
Comes back at 7:02, does it, Dwayne? For the winner. And is it 2 meters per second flat? Just at the allowable limit as we take a look again, Hubert.
Out fast is Tina Clayton near to us with the bright suit with Hill beside her. Control, never feel she's going to lose, Dwayne. Comfortable and confident. That's in fact Forbes beside her. Sasha Lee Forbes, the veteran. And you can see the concentration and the focus of a two-time world junior champion.
Yeah, confident running for her, making her debut at the pro level. Gets to the line before Sasha Lee Forbes at 7:02 and Forbes 7:03 with Karika Hill 7.10. The wind reading positive 2.00 meters per second. So Clayton 7:02, Forbes 7:03, Hill 7:10. Shakuria Wallace 7.22 with Levy 7.24. Amoy Brown 7.26 and Crystal Slowly 7.28.
It's composure. She has competition. Forbes is running great the last few weeks we've seen her. Keeps relaxed, stays focused, and gets the job done.
And interestingly, with a following wind, which was not as strong as in the first heat, the athletes in the second timed final actually coming through faster.
Zarnell Hughes, Olympic finalist in the 100 meters and 2018 European 100 champion. This helps him. He's normally a late finisher, but they've done some work at the races to tune his start to perfection. If he gets that right in big meets, he could be really dangerous.
Yeah, and last season had some issues and some difficulties with getting the start right. Disqualified in about 3 meets, and I think wanting to get that part corrected. If you fix that, he has a great trajectory to run fast this season.
Looks like it's 200 finalists in 2015 as well. 1 year out of Kingston College in Jamaica. Runs for Great Britain.
It's a full afternoon for one Johan Blake. We'll line up in lane 3 in this one. Having anchored Titans in the 4x100 meters, not too long after running the heats of the 60. There's a lineup: Emmanuel Archibald, Rashid Broadbell, Johan Blake, Oblique Seville, Akeem Blake, Zarnell Hughes, Brendan Rodney, and Kadrian Goldson.
Yeah, interesting name in this lineup, Brendan Rodney, part of big 4x1 teams for Canada, and last year at the World Championship did the almost impossible, defeated the mighty 4x1 team of the USA with his teammate Andre DeGrasse and company in Eugene, Oregon.
That's Emmanuel Archibald.
Guyanese long jumper, been to the Olympic Games, trains here with Ricket Performance.
Johan Blake on screen.
No Rashid Broadbell then.
Second fastest man of all time, about 100 and 200, 969 and 1926.
Youngest man to ever win the 100 meters at the World Championship.
This is 2011.
Yeah, this is Oblique Seville, fourth in the World Championship last year. Fine talent.
Twice a fourth place finisher.
Here's Akeem Blake. Quite the story, this young man. Runs with his father in mind at all times. I'm sure.
Yeah. To the NACAP 100 title last year in Freeport, the Bahamas.
Zarnell Hughes, bib number 1747. We spoke about him earlier, represents the Great Britain.
As the boys champs class 1 record, 10.12.
Brendan Rodney, what a story for him on big relay teams for Canada. World champions last year.
667 at GC Foster, says he likes his improvement in his start.
Yeah, Kadrian Golson for the past 2-3 seasons has been getting better and better. Himself and Javon White have a great training synergy, and he's making the step up in the senior level.
One at the Western race from lane number 1 finds himself tonight in lane 8. That's Johan Blake. 33, still very, very quick.
Where should our eyes be focused, Hubert?
I like Golson on the outside. Johan Blake is there too, but he's run much more than everybody else. Fresh, maybe he'd be the man to win. Hughes, maybe.
Set.
Quick start for Akeem Blake as usual. Johan Blake also there. Look at Oblique Seville. It's a top 3. Akeem Blake steps forward. No, Akeem Blake. Let's see what the actual time is. And 6.42. And the wind is 0.9 meters per second. Is that a following wind or was it a headwind? It's a headwind. 642 into a headwind is very, very nippy.
It proves that Glenn was correct to hold him out of meets after Eugene, the World Championships. Wasn't quite right. Here he is, starts behind Akeem Blake in the bright vest, comes to his shoulder, Johan Blake trying to come through. Hughes finishing fast, but on the lean, the bright colored vest of this man, Akeem Blake.
Yeah, I thought it may come down to the top 3 from the 100 at the National Championships last year. Blake and Seville.
With Hughes in there for international color.
The future is now.
Inseparable. Blake and Seville there.
Someone asked me when we covered the World Champs 2019 in studio, when would Jamaican sprinting come back? I said 2024. Akeem Blake, is he 22? Seville, 23. Conroy Jones, 10 flat. Jelani Walker, 10 flat. The schoolboys are sensational.
Yeah, we look at the results. Akeem Blake, 6.42. Oblique Seville, 6.42. Zarnell Hughes, 6.45. Johan Blake, 6.45. Golson, 6.50. Brendan Rodney, 6.57. And Emmanuel Archibald, 6.58. Rashid Broadbell.
Hi, babe.
Hey, where are you? I thought you were coming home.
Remember Richard? I'm over by his house.
Playing dominoes?
Yeah, no. He got the Yarden Road and wanted to show me the package.
While you playing dominoes, Wayne?
He got the Samsung phone for $999 plus GCT, and he could have gotten the tablet for the same price.
All right, well, just play the S Blank and come home, all right?
Sign up and get fiber fast internet at home, unlimited social, YouTube, talk and text with just $4,999 plus GCT, and save big on a Samsung phone or tablet.
about you. You help me carry on, you help me stay strong. Whenever I'm down and can get through, you lift me up again and going all day long. Precious moments we share with you, everything's so right. It's clear, nothing else can compare to the taste that you bring to life. Malta, you're full of life.
Quartz loves you with unbeatable value every day. 3-piece bedroom set, $102,999, plus an extra 20% off on 36 to 48 months credit. Free tablet with selected TVs, up to 40% off tools, lounge, dining, and appliances. Now that's a match you will love. Get it today with no cash and pay over time with free 1-year warranty on all products. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Conditions apply. Offer ends February 28th.
Not indoors. It was a negative wind, but it is different when you're outdoors running at 60 meters, but nevertheless.
And Jordan, not just one person at 642, everybody back at 660. 3 or 4 men right down there at 640 low. Picture bright for Jamaican sprinting.
Indeed, as we turn away from the 60 meters, again, the winner in that event walking away with $10,000 US. So, cash incentive for those in the 60 meters as we get ready for the high school boys open 4x800 meter relay. Fans in the stadium rocking to the sound of international recording artist Shaggy and his hit song with Rick Rock, It Wasn't Me. So the lineup, Alphonsus Davis should be out there with Magate, Calabar, Stets, Kingston College, Belfield, Eden Allen, St. Diego, Jamaica College, Bridgeport, Wolmer's boys. So 10 teams set to face the starter with the record holders, Jamaica College, out there. They set this event alight last year with a blistering 7:24.30 run for Marion Davis, Handa Ruban, Kemario Bygrave, and Javon Blake.
This year's time leader, KC, 7:49.92, far more modest. They were cruising on that day at GC Foster at the Western Village, to be truthful. And since that time, last Saturday night at the Fervent Distance Carnival, a number of significant personal bests led by Kemario Bygrave, JC, 150.90.
Yeah, and I think I've really enjoyed the organizing of a meet like that. The Distance Carnival shows that the organizers and the coaches and everyone, they're thinking about what the athletes need to get the competition and the attention in the events.
Dwayne Johnson, the JC middle distance coach, said he had the idea, went to his team management, they said yes, went to his vice principal, Ortiz Winter, former champs 815 man, he said yes, went to Headmaster Wayne Robinson, they said yes, went to the G3s, they said yes, all very quickly because he got the idea in January and the meet went on last week Saturday. So it's also, I think, on the world ranking system, so if you're in that meet, you can get the world ranking points as well, so important.
So overhead shot here of the contestants in event 28, the boys 4x800 meter relay open, as we've been joined by Renata Brown, who will take us through this event. Prairie for Jamaica College on the first leg, and this event quite competitive as it has been for the past couple of years, and I think one of the most exciting events you can watch. I think I much prefer relays that are over 200 meters. You get to enjoy it a lot more.
Magati, they've got a pretty solid team. On the inside, the time leaders Kingston College. It's like their steeplechaser Ainsley Campbell leading off. He's at 6:04 this season and is in line to continue KC's fine performances in the steeplechase. 10 years gone last year. KC won 5 of them at championships. He's the #1 man this season in the steeplechase for Kingston College and for Jamaica.
So we're just getting ready for the boys 4x800 meter relay. As Dwayne Extel said earlier, that this was definitely one of the events that persons were looking forward to last year. That fabulous Jamaica College team. And as Jordan Fort explained, that a lot of those athletes would have gone on. But we do expect this one to be highly competitive as well. Kingston College taking the victory at the Milo Western Relays, going sub 8 minutes. And Hubert Lawrence said it, that they will be the team to catch and the team to beat. Looking there at the Calabar team, you've seen Edwin Allen in the background. Yes. So Jamaica College. That's Kingston College.
6th form at KC. Ainsley Campbell is smooth runner as well when he's going at top speed. It's like Tyrone Lawson leading off for Jamaica College.
So here they go. The 4x800 meter relay. They won't go around the track once, they will go around the track twice, and the teams will do that 4 times. And at the end of it, the key is to go sub 8 minutes at least. And Calabar taking the early lead. Kingston College just right behind them, settling in. Edwin Allen, St. Jago also there. Magate left behind. Belfield, traditionally, they've produced some good middle and long distance athletes. St. Elizabeth Technical, Magate, Jamaica College at the back, but maybe just biding their time. Looks very comfortable. The lead-off man for Kingston College, a smile there as he comes across the first 400 meters. Around about 54.
His distance is longer, 2,000 meters, so has to press the pace early to get the most out of his effort.
Would have seen a Kingston College 1-2 in the mile race. And Kingston College just going easy. Jamaica College moving up now. So too St. Elizabeth Technical. At Kingston College, you can tell that he has more in the tank. Now it's about timing the kick. Jamaica College going well. St. Jago coming on the outside. But Kingston College, now he kicks, starts to make his move. Jamaica College in second place. And you can hear the excitement from the crowd. And this is only the first leg. The handover now with Kingston College in front. Jamaica College second. St. Elizabeth Technical. St. Jago is also there. And it looks to be Magate.
Campbell, 1:55.7 for the first leg. Lawson, JC, 1:57.5.
The gap now for Kingston College, round about 15 to 20 meters, and maybe opening up just a bit. Jamaica College safely in second position. St. Elizabeth Technical in third. St. Jago in fourth.
Their top man is Carlando Chambers, a finalist last year in Class 1. Recent PR at JC at the Fervet, 1:53.5.
Kingston College, they've really had a strong hold on this first 1,200 meters. And Jamaica College starting to separate themselves from St. Elizabeth Technical in that second position. Stets third, and some way back. Calabar starting to come more into the picture. They've gone up on the outside of St. Jago in fourth place, and they've gone around St. Jago as they go on to the backstretch, and they go past the marathon tunnel. Jamaica College kicking now, and the gap closing. It's now down to around about 5 meters as they hit the 200-meter mark. And Jamaica College they go around Kingston College. Did he make his move too early? We'll have to wait and see as they come into the straightaway on this second leg. Jamaica College now starting to open up the gap. The gap between second place Kingston College and Stets, that's also closing. KC losing ground, Jamaica College gaining momentum all the time. JC with the advantage, switching places with Kingston College. They're back in third.
Great second leg. Was that Nicholas Power, the Calabar transfer to JC, 152.8 on the second leg. They're in the lead by far now.
Jamaica College, Kingston College starting to come back. They have Stets in their crosshairs. They've blown by St. Elizabeth Technical. It will be interesting, the final 400 meters of this leg. Jamaica College with the lead. Kingston College eating away at that lead as they will come around the bend into the straightaway for the penultimate time on this leg.
Coach Johnson told me he thought that JC could run this race in under 7 minutes and 30. They made a bold bid on the second leg.
Jamaica College looking easy. Now it's down to the 400 meter on this leg and then the exchange. But the gap between themselves and Kingston College, who are in second place, not as wide as it was on the first lap.
Looks like JC has Bygrave on the anchor leg, so that's a safe pair of hands, the top man in Jamaica right now.
Kingston College looking to make their move. Calabar making their move. St. Elizabeth Technical trying to keep close to Calabar. Starting to tire a bit now, Jamaica College. Kingston College, they're coming. He can hear the footsteps. 200 meters to go on this leg. Now the gap is starting to open. Now Casey has to worry about Calabar and St. Elizabeth Technical. Casey in a couple of strides, they've slipped from second to fourth. JC maintaining that lead into the straightaway. Calabar, second position. Wonderful run from Stets, who are into second place now. Jamaica College, they have their top man yet to come.
Now third leg, 158.2 for JC. Now Bygrave is carrying. It's all over.
Hubert Lawrence says it's all over for first place. Let's wait and see. The battle for second place, though, it's just starting. Nowhere close to being over. Looks so easy. And Mario Bygrave for Jamaica College. The time so far, with 600 meters to go, it's 6:15 on the clock. Hubert Lawrence says it's round about 7 minutes 40, 7 minutes 50. They want to go sub 8 minutes.
Bygrave, Class 2 800 champion in 2021. Second at the 15 that season as well. 400 finalist Class 1 last year. Good speed, good endurance.
Kingston College, they're in fourth. It will take an almighty effort for them to get back into the medal placings, but it's not out of touch. Mario Bygrave from Jamaica College has a glance over his left shoulder, has a glance over his right shoulder. The only person in front of him is the athlete from Bustamante, and he's going to go around. It's Jamaica College with a massive lead. Stets now, they're into second place. They've gone by Calabar. Interesting race for second place. Kingston College, maybe a gap of 50 meters between third place Calabar and Kingston College in fourth place. Jamaica College, it's now JC up against the clock. It's Bygrave up against the clock. Stets, they've run a wonderful race. They're in second and look sure for the silver here. Jamaica College, vuvuzelas all around, flags waving. It's the dark blues who will prevail and get the win in the boys 4x800 meters. It's 7:41.04 on the clock.
Bygrave closed it out, 152.6. Comfortable for Bygrave, and JC defend their title.
Bygrave saying you can talk all you want. The 4x800 meters has Jamaica College written over it. Defending champions, they've defended well, and Kingston College were threatened early in the piece, and they're up running into fourth place. A good run from St. Elizabeth Technical coming through for the second spot, and Calabar taking third.
So great performance from Jamaica College. Kingston College in the early lead. They some distance away from Jamaica College, but I think on the second leg, JC blew this wide open, and Kimario Bygrave, a part of that big relay team last year, knows his responsibilities, knows his duty as one of the leaders of this Jamaica College unit, and comfortably guides his team home to back-to-back victories in this event. And Jamaica
has always been in the shadow of Javon Blake, the little genius, and then Handel Roban. This year, he's a team leader. His times have come down 152.5 to 150.90. He knows now from watching Blake and Roban the last couple of seasons what he must do to bring glory to Jamaica College.
Yeah, the weight on his shoulder, heavy. The charge for championship will rest heavily on the shoulders of Bygrave and company, but he has done the job here in the National Stadium to defend the title they won last year at the 4x800 meters. But this event, not run at Boys and Girls Championship, he will have a lot to do. A finalist in the 400 meters last year as well, so he knows his duty will be tough.
Saw him in that semi last year, a distance too short for him, ran like gangbusters to get JC the points to get into the final. So he's a person who can carry the weight of the fervent hopes for champs.
So we look now to the girls in the 4x800 meter open. Six teams listed for competition. Alphonsus Davis among them, Homewood, St. Diego, Edunallen, Veer, and Magati. There's Magati on your screen with the MGH headband behind them. Edunallen, so not seeing Veer Technical.
Monique Stewart receives transfer to Edunallen, always on lead-off.
Yeah, Homewood, no St. Diego on track, so Homewood and Alphonsus Davis.
Reynolds, she's in class 3 but tall. One of the favorites for the champs gold medal, Alphonsus Davis. Let's see if Kishero shows up here with medley relay duty coming later. Spoke to the coach, thought she had a lot of enough talent in these events to split, but wasn't sure. And of course the medley, a big prize at Gibson McCook, with someone in the shape that Kishero is in, coach felt she had to go for it. I agree.
Started off the season at Jamaica College with a couple of records, Kishero, and has continued well. So here we go. Makati, Edwin Allen, Homewood Technical, and Alphonsus Davis High. The girls 4x800 meter relay. The record here, 8 minutes 46.40, set in 2018 by Edwin Allen.
So far it's 1-all. Homewood 8:52.99 at Central Hurdles and Relays, and then Edwin Allen leading here 8:51.61 at the Western Relays.
When you think about the Edwin Allen team and the 4x800 meters, you think about Shada Dwyer, who has been so fantastic for them over the years. And Edwin Allen now will have to do it. Homewood Technical goes to the front. Edwin Allen right beside them for the first 400 meters. And Alphonsus Davis in third possession.
Stewart runs a very steady first leg. She's a senior and sober, with Alphonsus Davis in the yellow vest beside, and Homewood trying to keep Stewart at bay on the first leg. For Homewood, she's out on the outside of lane number 1.
Yeah, Sydney Rose for Homewood Technical. A class over the 800 meters. At Edwin Allen, she looks so strong. She continues to lead. We don't see the kind of separation as we saw in the boys 4x800 meters early.
These two teams well matched, Ronaldo, and so each team making adjustments to counter the other one. Dave Anderson, Homewood, Michael Dyke, Edwin Allen.
So Edwin Allen with the lead as they come into the straightaway. Sydney Rose from Homewood Technical trying to make her move, but holds her off. Strong down the straightaway on this first leg. Edwin Allen through Monique Stewart will hand over first.
Like 2:13 for Monique Stewart for the first leg, and off a 10-meter lead and in command.
Cruising is Edwin Allen.
Amoya Jameson leading. She put up a strong leg, 2:11 at the Western Relays to give her team a margin that they wouldn't lose.
Andreen Peart right beside her. Easy. And this is maybe some 800-meter warm-up for the Central Championships, which comes up in a few days' time at GC Foster College. 3 teams here will compete at Central Championships. Edwin Allen, Homewood Technical, and Alphonsus Davis, who are in 3rd place and well back out of the picture as these two schools take the lead in this one. They've completed 1,200 meters.
They've turned this into a sprint. They've cruised the first lap of the second leg, and each runner there has sprint finishes to give further around this lap.
So Edwin Allen, Homewood Technical, it makes for an interesting race and an interesting finish should it remain like this. Andreen Peart from Homewood Technical tracking Jameson very closely. And I tell you what, since the exchange, Hubert, the distance has remained the same.
Looks like Jameson is trying to step forward. That stable gap stretched out. Edwin Allen lead now by 10, maybe 50 meters over Homewood. And the team that's won the second race in the sequence this season is pulling away for number 3. They've won 7 straight at Gibson McCook and are trying to add number 8 here.
So it's Jameson for Edwin Allen, who will hand over on this 3rd leg.
Jameson 2:13.7, and team captain anchored the medley successfully last year at Champs, Leona Lewis, away on the 3rd leg.
And in 200 meters, Edwin Allen, they've opened up maybe a 70 to 80 meter lead on Homewood Technical. It's starting to look now like it's a 1-team race with Edwin Allen well out in front, and it will take a lot from Homewood Technical to get back to them. And they have a 100-meter lead over 3rd place, Alphonsus Davis.
When I watched the Western Relays race, I thought that Homewood might think about putting their top girl, Jodianne Mitchell, early in the relay to prevent this sort of breakaway, to give the later runners a chance, a hope of competing. But she's waiting to take the baton and anchor, and Edwin Allen have gone 30 meters clear, 40 meters clear.
Tell you what, Hubert Lawrence, the gap between Edwin Allen in 1st and Homewood Technical in 2nd isn't as wide as it was in the early goings of this leg, because Homewood Technical starting to close just a little bit, but there isn't a lot of urgency in the run.
Looks like they made a change. That's Mitchell on the 3rd leg for Homewood. She's run 2:09 for relay splits this season, 2:09.2, a serial winner in every class, last year's Class 1 1,500 meter champion.
So Edwin Allen still with the lead. Homewood Technical in 2nd place. Will Homewood Technical just decide that they will settle for a 2nd spot? Have they given up the chase on Edwin Allen? We will know in due time. So Edwin Allen continues to lead. The gap now opening up to around about 60 meters. They will hand over for the final time in this contest. The girls 4x800 meter relay. you don't look at the record, that is pretty much safe. Edwin Allen, final exchange, 800 meters to go to complete this event.
That's for Keisha Sims, Class 2 double champion, 8:15. And for Homewood, they put Mitchell on the third leg to keep it close. It's not close. Edwin Allen, comfortable, heading for number 8.
Had some problems with that final exchange as well. Homewood Technical out of shot, but they're still in it. And the gap now 60 meters, not 70, and open. An opening here. So Edwin Allen continues to lead. They hit the 200-meter mark. And Homewood Technical now starting to make their move somewhat.
Just like in the boys 4x8, Ronaldo Brown, this one just about done and dusted. Sims is a safe pair of hands, has run her 4x8 splits all in 212s and 211s this season, so hard to see her giving up all that distance in just one lap.
A little over 400 meters to go for Rakisha Sims. She's cruising now, looking easy, looking comfortable, and looking a sure winner here. Edwin Allen, just a little glance over her left shoulder to see where the Homewood Technical athlete is.
Like swimming freestyle, you take a look when you put your head up to put the arm in on the other side. She did that going around the curve, take a look back to see where everybody is. She knows that she's comfortable. She's cruising now with 200 to go.
The slender build of Rakisha Sims, equal strides, arms pumping, baton going up and down, and she cruises as she hit the 200-meter mark, leading Edwin Allen to a massive win here. Homewood Technical about 70 meters back.
Now she hits the gas one more time.
Edwin Allen will cruise to this girls 4x800 meter relay win. The record is safe. 8:52.57. The record was 8:46.40. It remains 8:46.40, set back in 2018. But 8:52.31 for Edwin Allen. A dominant victory. They watched the 4x1s. I don't know when was the last time Edwin Allen came to the Gibson McCook Relays, contested the 4x1s, and didn't win a single race. But for the 4x8, they continue to dominate.
Stewart, 212.7. Jameson, 213.7. Lewis, 212.7. And Rakisha Sims puts the icing on the cake, 213.4. 852.5. 8 straight here, and 2-1 now over Homewood at 4x8.
Yeah, great running from the quartet from Edwin Allen, Sims, guiding them home as we see Alphonsus Davis coming across the track in third. But the toast of these 4x800 meters, Edwin Allen, as Magati still with about 200 meters to go in this event.
Yeah, Magati, important to complete the event. And the knowledgeable National Stadium cheering her on as they applaud. And that energy, that motivation gives her the zeal to kick one final time.
This is why spectator sport is better than empty stadiums. They know she needed help. They came to her shoulder. And there you can see the sprint that's powered by the fans in the stadium.
Gave them a dip at the line as well. Good to see from the fans.
Yeah, and just to highlight your point, Hubert, track and field is well and truly back in Jamaica.
Absolutely.
These days, challenges are everywhere and things are constantly changing. But independent living remains the same. Rising above physical challenges, we can help you do it. For years, we have been Jamaica's trusted provider for solutions to improve patient care, safety, and general quality of life. No matter your age or your physical limitation, we are the caring store, waiting to serve you. It's time to experience independent living. Visit us today.
Hi, babe.
Hey, where are you? I thought you were coming home.
Remember Richard? I'm over by his house.
Playing dominoes?
Yeah, no. He got the yard and road and wanted to show me the package.
While you playing dominoes, Wayne?
He got the Samsung phone for $999 plus GCT, and he could have gotten the tablet for the same price.
All right, well, just play the S Blank and come home, all right?
Sign up and get fiber fast internet at home, unlimited social, YouTube, talk and text for just $4,999 plus GCT, and save big on a Samsung phone or tablet.
RADIO Plus Shop, what we call that? Radio Shop. For tablet, laptops, Bluetooth speakers, check Radio Shop. Smartwatches and headphones, things to your cell phone, check Radio Shop. For trendy technology and gadgets, visit us at our conveniently located branches. Manchester, Montego Bay, Constant Spring Road. Ask about Credit Shack for flexible financing options with up to 36 months to pay. Call us today at 926-2110 for details. RADIO Plus Shop, what we call that? Radio Shop. Conditions apply.
Some medical assistants here being carried away. Coach Michael Carr competed at the first Gibson McCook Relays. He's coaching.
50 years later.
50 years later.
The Stafford Isaac Henry Invitational. That means he, Michael Carr, went to STATS, St. Andrew Technical. That's diligence and service, great school. And he, Michael Carr, in this 50th anniversary Gibson, does have a win. The girls class 3, season leading 46.04. So well done to Michael Carr.
Well done to Coach Carr and to all the coaches. We've had a fabulous day. We've seen some records. The men's high jump, LaShane Wilson and Christoph Bryan there.
A little disappointing. LaShane Wilson jumped 2.26 at the Queen's Meet a couple weeks ago, with Christoph Bryan at 2.23 off a 5-step approach. An improvement today for Christoph at 2.24, but LaShane, difficult time, 2.15 start. They were jumping at the same time as the opening ceremony, and I think maybe that may have taken a little bit of the attention away from them, and the jumpers really thrive on the attention. Women's 400 coming up. They're on track now.
Right, so in this one, we should be seeing the likes of Christine Cheka, representing Homewood, setting up her blocks there in lane 1. Khalees Carter listed for lane 2. Not seeing her. Rochelle Clayton of Elite Performance will be running from 3. Saw her earlier on screen there. That's Kayla Liburd. Rhonda White listed for lane 4. Chris Aristi of MVP in 6. Shanna Anderson also of MVP will be running from 7. And Adisha Nation of GC Foster lines up in lane 8. So we'll see. I think outside of Carter missing from lane 2. Everyone else has reported. So that's Adisha Nation of GC Foster.
What about lane 4, Jermaine?
And, well, lane 4 also missing Rhonda White. So that's Akrisa Aristi. In lane 5, that's Kayla Liburd. On screen there.
Influencing the international flavor of the Gibson Relays.
She's from the British Virgin Islands. This now is Rochelle Clayton, 2-time World Championship 400-meter hurdles finalist, bronze in 2019. And in lane 1, this is Christine Sheka.
From Uganda, I believe?
Yes.
Christine, she actually goes to school at Homewood Technical. Not sure what route she took to get there, but welcome to Jamaica and welcome to the Gibson McCook Relays Women's 400-meter final.
Took a long flight from Uganda to Jamaica.
Some exciting stuff expected. 7-4 to empty. So they're set to weigh the women's 400-meter open On the outside, Nation gets a good start. Rochelle Clayton on the inside, running out of lane 3, is also going well from Elite Performance. LeBird going unattached from lane 5 is right there in the mix. Ersty from MVP is also there, but middle of your screen, Rochelle Clayton, 400-meter hurdles bronze medalist, World Championships a few years ago, but she's striding and she's stepping. And Rochelle Clayton well ahead of the rest of the field. On the outside, LeBird, but Rochelle Clayton stomps her class on this field. And the Nation, finishing fast on the outside, comes in for second place. 53.44 for Rochelle Clayton.
I suspect Rochelle said, my bib number is 54.2. I'm going to run faster than my bib number in this 400 meters. She did that, running 53.15 to Adisha Nation's 55.07. Here we say, again, 5 athletes starting, 8 entered. And Rochelle Clayton at this stage, you could tell she was already cutting into the lead, cutting into the stagger as she entered the backstretch. And here she relaxes, steps, nicely stepping. I mean, is it fair for a 400-meter hurdler to run without hurdles? Well, Rochelle Clayton says, I'm trying to get my 400-meter time down. Spoke with her coach, Ronaldo Walcott, at Elite recently. And he says that she's going to do something very special in the 400-meter hurdles this year. Wow. Here we see World Championship bronze medal in the 400-meter hurdles. Rochelle Clayton winning the 400 meters here in 53.15.
Yeah, very convincing victory there by Clayton. And you could see even in the last 50, and that she was trying to at least maybe dip below 53 seconds. But 53.15 for Rochelle Clayton. Adisha Nanton or Nation 55.07. Kayla Liebird 55.96. And Christine Cheka representing Homewood all the way from Uganda, taking fourth there, 57.06. The men's equivalent is up next, and on screen there is the athlete from UWI Mona, Blaine Buckle. And we'll be giving you the full lane assignments to Jamali Ferguson. All right, so this now is, yes, the men's 400. All right, so Jamali Ferguson is there. No,
did not turn up.
No,
for
did
lane
not
one.
turn up. Lane 2
Damian
also
Gordon
not there.
didn't turn up in 2. Rasheen McDonald didn't turn up in 3, but DeAndre Watkins is in 4.
Formerly of JC. Lane 6.
5 is also empty.
That
lane
should have been
6.
Wendell Miller. Rashawn Clark.
Yeah. Blaine Buckle is in 7. And Ajani Bernard of Moby Comets is in 8.
I think Najee Mikiel of MVP is also listed for lane 8. All right, so that's Rashawn Clark there. Lane 5, Wendell Miller is missing. As DeAndre Watkin, a year ago was at Jamaica College. Now representing Elite Performance. There he is on screen. Good all-round sprinter, 1 through to 4. Watkin. Now at the collegiate and the senior level. So they're sent to this block, to their blocks for this one. Rashawn Clark, the world under 20 400-meter hurdles bronze medalist.
Again, do the hurdlers dominate the flat runners in the 400 meters? Watch Rashawn Clark out of lane number 6.
Renata Brown will tell us.
Set.
Rashawn Clark, now at Swept Track Club, gets up well. On the outside, Blaine Buckle from UWI has already covered the athlete on the outside. Rashawn Clark stepping though, and motoring Rashawn Clark. This is a blistering first 200 meters for the 400-meter hurdler. Rashawn Clark stepping away from the field. Less than 200 meters to go in this one. Blaine Buckle out of it, being challenged now by DeAndre Watkin. Watkin with the advantage. Rashawn Clark with work to do. Watkin leaning his head to the right. Watkin will hold on and comes across the line at 46.30. And Rashawn Clark may be paying the penalty for going out too fast. But a well-measured race from Watkin.
Pretty good effort there by DeAndre Watkin. You know, just a year ago, these two would have been competing against each other at champs in the 4x4. Now here they are at the senior and collegiate level as we look back at the event.
Watkin went out fairly slowly at this stage. You see him there in lane 3, lane 4 falling behind, whereas Rashawn Clark, now at Swept Track Club, big hurdler, stepping, passing Blaine Buckle, and moving well ahead. At this stage, you'd say, well, Rashawn Clark has it all wrapped up, but Watkins had something special in reserve. As they come around the curve, there's about 150 meters to go at this point. You notice suddenly Watkin digging into that lead, and you're not going to see it here, but as they straighten up, Watkin is suddenly in the lead. His goal now is to break 46 seconds, and he's driving, pushing. Rashawn Clark continues, but Watkin has the win. He slows a bit at the finish. He stumbles and narrowly misses breaking 46 seconds. In fact, after the race, you saw him make a symbol. Just missed it.
Did get a personal best. Came in with 46.50 done last year.
46.02 for DeAndre Watkin, his season opener. Rashawn Clark, 46.42. Blaine Buckle, 48.34. And Johnny Bernard, 54.64. So Watkin delivering in his season opener. And no doubt would be fairly pleased. Like I mentioned, good at the 200 as well. Quite competent at the 100 meters also. So a good all-round sprinter is DeAndre Watkin, formerly of Jamaica College.
Well, the individual events are over. We had some field events earlier. We had the 60 meters and the 70 meters earlier. All we have left, viewers, are relays, and more relays. We're going to have the sprint medley relay final coming up now, and that will start with the boys.
All right, so the sprint medley open for boys. Camperdown, Calabar, Excelsior, Kingston College, Titchfield, Jamaica College, Port Antonio, and Pepin High School. Excelsior JC, they come in with the fastest qualifying time of 3 minutes 31.91, followed closely by Excelsior, who are quite impressive in winning their heat as well. 3 minutes 33.69. And as we had mentioned earlier today, it comes down to that strategic 800-meter leg.
You know, it almost sounds like Jermaine may have run a medley relay at Champs or Gibson, but not the 800-meter leg.
4x2. But
you ran the 4x2 at Gibson relays?
Yes, I did. I think that's the longest distance I run at Gibson. 4x1, 4x2, and that is that.
You see, viewers, now we understand as we look at Jamaica College on screen, now we understand why the Brown men, Jermaine and Renardo Brown, think that 800 meters is long distance.
No, well, it's the strategy leg. So you can huff and puff on those 200-meter legs. You can run a good opener in the 400, but if you don't have a sound 800-meter leg, then it all goes up in smoke. You must have a solid 800-meter leg. So this is Calabar lined up in lane 2, and Camperdown will be hunting glory from lane 1 as they stand ready. And Ronaldo, I must say you are correct. It is Tinglin who is at trackside there, our cameraman, giving us various angles there.
There he is,
on the
top
track.
of your screen, running across the track.
Quick aerial view as the athletes are sent to their blocks for the sprint medley open for boys.
400 meters, 200 meters, 200 meters, 800 meters. be ready for the excitement. Renardo Brown.
Set.
The record here is 3 minutes 25.99, set in 2019 by Enid Bennett. Jamaica College out of lane 6 came in with 3 minutes 31.91 in winning their section earlier today, and they have the advantage on this 400-meter leg. Jamaica College on the outside though. Papine trying to do some early work. JC still holding that advantage. Titchfield right there. Kingston College left back just a touch, but will look to get into their running as this one goes on. Papine on the outside being chased down. And Jamaica College with the advantage and is expected to hand over first. It's JC who hands over first. Kingston College hands over right beside Titchfield in the inside lane on this 200-meter leg. Jamaica College stepping forward, stepping in style, stepping in confidence as they will come across now. Kingston College into that second spot. Papine comes across in third, being chased down by Calabar. JC will hand over first for this third leg, another 200 meters. Calabar steps up, gets into third. They have Kingston College in their sight. Jamaica College maintaining the lead. It's JC, KC, followed by Calabar. Then you have Papine. Now Kingston College steps forward, will hand over first. It's down to 800 meters now. Jamaica College looking confident. Omarion Davis, he's the go-to man in the sprint medley. Calabar taking closer orders and goes into second position. Now they target Jamaica College. They're up on Jamaica College. Just a look to his right, Omarion Davis.
And Renata, just to show you the depth that JC has. They won the 4x800 meters without Omarion Davis, who's anchoring here for them in the sprint medley.
Still Jamaica College with that lead. Kingston College in third place. Calabar is there. Port Antonio getting into the picture into fourth place. Kingston College, they have to be careful being blocked in and bundled out, and they have slipped all the way down to fifth. Kingston College, but still time to get back. Omarion Davis for Jamaica College with the lead. Port Antonio making their move. They're up on the shoulder of Calabar, and now they've slipped into second position. JC still with the lead. That gap opening up now to round about 20 or 30 meters. KC responds, comes in front of the chasing pack. JC, KC, the Eagles are taking closer order. Port Antonio falling back a bit. So too Calabar. Less than 200 meters to go. It is 100 meter now for Omarion Davis and Jamaica College. JC look as if they will get the win. KC trying to hold off Excelsior in a second place. KC steps forward. It will be a Jamaica College win. JC with the win. The record is safe. It's 3:30.79. Titchfield, by the way, Port Antonio somehow got into third. Excelsior had to settle for fourth. So it's JC, KC, and Port Antonio, the top three.
Oh, what a difference a week makes. I saw Omarion Davis almost inconsolable at the Perfect Distance Carnival at JC just a week ago. He wasn't pleased with his performances. Comes back with a big heat performance in the medley on the 800 leg and an even bigger performance on the final leg here. At this stage, he has gone. He has decided, I'm not waiting around for that last 100 meters. 10:81, that's bib number of Omarion Davis of Jamaica College, stepping confidently as he approaches the 200-meter mark with 200 meters to go in an 800 meters, which the Browns will tell you is a long race for them. You wonder, are your legs going to continue turning over? Will you be able to make it? He was able to deliver.
And you could see that he was a man on a mission. You could see the determination, even from the heats. Omarion Davis, and representing Jamaica College quite well here. And as he has done over the years, and certainly this will be a huge confidence booster for him. As you saw JC winning the 4x800 meters without. And Renato, look at this on drive right here. Look at this on drive by Marion Davis. Have you ever seen that in a after jacket? I guess he plays some cricket as well. So Jamaica College 3 minutes 30.57, KC 3:33.50, and Port Antonio 3:33.80.
You can tell he's West Indian because of the flourish at the end.
The Gibson McCook Relay is presented by Puma, National Stadium, February 25, starting at 9 a.m. Come see your favorite relay team from schools, clubs, and institutions, plus elite athletes competing over 60 meters. Admission grandstand finish line $5,000, regular grandstands $3,500, bleachers $500. Tickets available at the Stadium Ticket Office from Monday, February 20. Sponsor Puma, partners TVJ, Hits 92, Digicel, Water, and Powerade.
What would I do without you? You help me carry on, you help me stay strong. Whenever I'm down and can get through, you lift me up again and going all day long. Precious moments we share with you, everything's so right. It's clear, nothing else can compare to the taste that you bring to life. Malta, you're full of life.
Homewood Tech runs from lane 7, and occupying lane 8 will be St. Elizabeth Technical. Those are your teams for the Sprint Medley Open for girls, 1,600 meters. Record of 3 minutes 55.77 set by Homewood Technical in 2022, only last year. Alphonsus Davis, they come in as the fastest qualifier at 3 minutes 59 seconds flat. On screen, Heidel. Just in front of them will be Edwin Allen in lane 2. So they're given their orders and sent to their blocks. And we send you over to Renato Brown.
3 minutes 59 seconds flat. Alphonsus Davis High, the fastest qualifier in this, the girls' sprint medley.
Set.
Round about 2018 or 2017, Alphonsus Davis, they came to the ISA Boys and Girls Athletics Championships with 2 teams. They left with 2 gold medals, both coming in the sprint medley. They're out and about in this girls' 1,600 meter sprint medley. The first leg, 400 meters on the outside, St. Elizabeth Technical, St. Catherine, the conquerors. Can they conquer this event? St. Catherine High, St. Elizabeth Technical going well. St. Catherine on the inside in the middle lane. And then there is also St. Jago left back just a touch. Stets starting to tire. No Homewood Technical to track them. Will be St. Elizabeth Technical who will hand over first. St. Catherine right there. Edwin Allen not too far behind. So to Alphonsus Davis, who hands over third for this 200-meter leg. On the outside, St. Elizabeth Technical. They are the Western champions, Stets. St. Catherine giving them some problems on this first 200-meter leg. But it will be Stets who will hand over first, followed by St. Catherine, then Alphonsus Davis High, and then, as the boys did previously, there's a team coming into the mix here. Port Antonio in that third spot. St. Catherine and Stets battling it out. St. Catherine moves to the front. Alphonsus Davis High trying to beat out Port Antonio into that third spot as they hand over for the final time. It is 800 meters to go. Looks as if it's Eufia Bennett for St. Elizabeth Technical. And Alphonsus Davis High. They have some work to do, Alphonsus Davis High, because it's Port Antonio High who are in third at the moment. St. Catherine taking it easy. St. Elizabeth Technical just keeping closer orders. And now Alphonsus Davis steps forward. Looks to be Kishe Rowe. Now St. Catherine has to easy as they will come around the bend into the straightaway with a little less than 450 meters to go in this one. Kitanya Headley for St. Catherine High. 400 meters to go. Where will this one end? St. Elizabeth Technical being caught, and you get the feeling they're in problems. Oh, Edwin Allen being bundled off the track, and they're out of it, Edwin Allen. Will be interesting to see what will happen there.
There's a yellow flag raised. The officials will be reporting that one. We also saw Alphonsus Davis with batting trouble earlier, but St. Catherine with a powerful Kitanya Headley, small and powerful. Looks like they're going to win this comfortably.
So it's Kitanya Headley who needs to hold on to this lead. The rest of the pack is chasing Alphonsus Davis in second position. But before worrying about Kitanya Headley and St. Catherine at the front, they'll have to worry about the chasing pack with Port Antonio behind them. Homewood Technical is also trying to get into that third spot. Kitanya Headley won't be caught. St. Catherine, the conquerors from St. John's Road, from St. Catherine. The track has the color of their school, and they will cross the line in 3:58.34, and the battle is on, and it looks as if it's a Port Antonio who might have come through there for the second position. So a great run, third in the boys sprint medley, second in the girls sprint medley for Port Antonio. The Eastern teams will not be forgotten.
A very, very big run there by St. Catherine High, anchored by Kitanya Headley. Very strong ankle leg by her, very dominant, and pretty much had things her own way. As she puts up the finger there. They're number one, St. Catherine High, as we look back at the closing moments of the event, as Headley, once she took charge here, never looked back and kept going and going and going away from the field and representing the conquerors, St. Catherine High. And it was felt that it might have come down to her battling, Alphonsus Davis giving them a push, but that was not to be, as in fact Alphonsus Davis was to be caught late on by both Port Antonio and Homewood. But doing all the running and taking care of business was Kitanya Headley, having that famous surname. And she comes across the line just about now and taking top honors for St. Catherine High. 3 minutes 58.34 the flash time, as we look at Kitanya Headley coming across the line just now.
I'm glad you didn't match the Headley with the shot that Omarion Davis played.
Port Antonio, second, 4 minutes 02.66, and Homewood, in fact, did take third, 4 minutes 03.44. But St. Catherine celebrating this evening and winning their first final for the day. It's the 50th year of the Gibson McCook Relays. Not quite the 50th edition, as there were a few years when the event was not kept, most recently during the pandemic, but certainly the 50th year of this prestigious relay carnival, and that is anticipated every year.
So, Jermaine, I had the pleasure and privilege to speak to some of the organizing committee members of the Gibson McCook Relays this year. And one of the things they pointed out is that this is the first time in a number of years since they've had to do the full Gibson Relays. So, you know, in 2020, they had a full Gibson just before the pandemic struck Jamaica. Then 21, nothing. Then in 22, they did have Gibson last year, but it was a finals-only format, starting at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon and ending fairly early as well, because it didn't do the kind of 9 o'clock at night as we're doing there. And they said it was quite a bit of work to get back into the groove of doing a 12-hour meet. 9 a.m. to call it 9:05 p.m.
It's not to be underestimated at all, the kind of work that goes on behind the scenes to keep an event like this. And you will have your technical issues, you'll have varying issues to deal with throughout the day. So,
Jermaine, you've mentioned technical issues, and one thing that I'm pleased to, and let's hope I don't give commentators curse here, but we have not had many issues with false starts, which is something that we've been struggling with in the past.
Yeah, that is true. So the next event on track will be the Class 1 girls 4x200 meter relay. Edwin Allen will be in 1, Excelsior will be in 2, St. Catherine lines up in 3, St. Jago listed for 4, Heidel runs from lane 5, Homewood Technical will be lining up in 6, Manchester will be running from lane 7, and Petersfield will be doing the business from lane 8. And that's Excelsior, and they'll be running from lane 8. In lane 4, that's St. Jago, Heidel there. This is St. Jago lining up in lane 4. And Heidel at a minute 36.72, no doubt the favorites here. This is Excelsior. And from lane 1, Edwin Allen lines up in lane 1. So we had Camper Down originally listed for lane 1, but not quite so. And this is the 4x200 meter relay open, Bruce, and it simply means that this is an event that will feature athletes ranging from class 3 all the way up to class 1. That makes it an open event, as the athletes are told just to keep warm.
They're wondering why it's over at the second exchange. Apparently, the officials are not ready to receive them at the second exchange.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening because, as Jermaine said, we had Camperdown in 1, Edwin Allen in 2, and St. Catherine, St. Jago, Heidel, Homewood, Manchester, and Excelsior.
Excelsior listed for 8, but they're actually in, I think, lane 3. So let's see. And the officials are...
I'm not sure if that's the contention they're having.
Not quite. But let's see. So that's Excelsior in 2. But we have them listed here.
In lane 8.
In lane 8. St. Catherine for 3. Yes, they are there.
So I think
St.
there was
Jago
a redraw of the lane. So on the Roster Athletics app, you have Edwin Allen in 1, Excelsior in 2,
Oh,
St.
you know what it
Catherine
is?
in 3.
The difference was that the girls from Petersfield were originally disqualified, and they're now in.
Oh.
So that's what happened.
Okay, so that explains that. Well, the athletes are standing behind their blocks and awaiting the start of this event, the 4x200 meter relay open for girls.
No, why are they doing that?
Edwin Allen, Excelsior, St. Catherine, St. Jago, Heidel in 5. Homewood will be in 6. In 7 is Manchester, and Petersfield, they're out there in lane
So the
8.
announcer inside the stadium is making it worse, though, because he's announcing the previous. All right, gentlemen, I may have to try to help them. That's what's causing the confusion. But let's see if we can get it right.
Yeah, so
Well, certainly we have it right here in the commentary box.
Bruce said, and I'm assuming that the announcers are reading from the same sheet that we have, but because, as Bruce said, there was the disqualification.
And appeal by Petersfield, and they're back after being disqualified in the preliminaries. All right, so I think the announcer has been told now. All Right, it's Edwin Allen there
So
in
they
one.
have that sorted out now. That's the confusion. So they're getting it right now. So Petersfield, they're in at the expense of Camperdown. So what they've done is that they've removed Camperdown from lane 1 and everyone else moves a lane up, which means Petersfield goes into lane 8.
Record of 1:33.82 set by Heidel back in 2017. And they are favorites here this evening as well. They've come in with the fastest time from the qualifiers at 1:36.72. They're just awaiting the orders from the starter. St. Jago there in lane 4. Expected to, along with St. Catherine High, give Heidel a run for their money in this final. So we're told to stand behind their blocks, and they are ready, and we are ready. And the young ladies are, well, they have been ready.
So I'm not sure if you brought the viewers up to date. Earlier in the day, Petersfield ran a time that would have qualified for the finals. They were adjudged to have breached one of the rules and disqualified. Petersfield protested, won their protest, and was reinstated, so the lanes had to be redrawn.
Yes, we did point that out. And so Petersfield, they are out there in lane 8. Petersfield from Western Jamaica.
Set.
So here we go now. The girls 4x200 meters. Edwin Allen, Excelsior St. Catherine, St. Jago, Heidel, Homewood Technical, Manchester, and Petersfield. And Homewood Technical gets a good start. Heidel in lane 5, they're also going well as they will make the first exchange. So it's Heidel who hands over first, followed by Homewood Technical on the outside. Manchester is also there. Alana Reid, she did 4x100 meter duties. Now she's on to the 4x200 meters. Alexis James of Petersfield on the outside, the sprint hurdles specialist. These two will hand over. So it's Heidel with the lead. A slow exchange for Petersfield on the outside. Allow St. Jago to make up ground. Heidel cruising at the moment, well ahead of the rest of the field. St. Jago will come across and try to go in front of Edwin Allen. That they do successfully. It's Heidel, final exchange. It's gonna take a lot to get back to Heidel. St. Jago in second place. Edwin Allen motoring now. It is Heidel through Anika McAnuff, cruising into the straightaway, and looks to be Serena Cole from Edwin Allen on that anchor, but can't get back to Heidel. 1:33.13 for
And
Heidel.
that stands, that's a new record. If that
And
time
that
stands,
is a new record if it stands. 1:33.17. It's a new record for Heidel. They've lowered their 2017 mark of 1:33.82. Led home by Onika McAnuff.
Let's say it, rebuilding, rebuilding, and rebuilding. Can you imagine that Karika Hill at 17, almost 18, could still be at Heidel and still on that team without a Karika Hill, who is now training at Elite and ran in the 60 meters earlier today? Heidel breaks the 4x2 record here at Gibson McCook Relays. Amazing.
And it shows depth as well. And I pointed out the depth we saw for JC amongst the boys, and we're seeing it here with Heidel, as they pretty much led from gun to tape. Alana Reid taking the stick here for Heidel, the World Under-20 bronze medalist. Smooth sprinter is Alana Reid. Good cadence, comes off the turn and just goes away from the field, bounding. And I understand she is the daughter of a former reggae boy, Garfield Reid. Played for Rivoli in his days, locally. And this is Alia Baker now taking the baton for Heidel. Outstanding on the day. As you remember now, they also took the 4x100 meters for Class 1. It looks quite impressive there.
I love this shot. Shows the athletes breaking after 500 meters of running, cutting right over and handing off
to Makanov, who has shown her range this season, Bruce James and Renato, from 1 to 2 to 4 already. And the champs not even here yet. Makanov started running the 100 meters at the Queen's Meet, but certainly showing her range as she takes Heidel through to victory. One of those athletes who has come right throughout the age groups for Heidel as well, from Class 4 all the way up to now Class 1. Of course, this is the 4x200 meter open for girls.
A number of records being broken or equal in the case of the high jump, where 2 men equal the high jump record here at 2:24. So in its first full year back since 2020, the Gibson McCook Relay is delivering some quality performances. And in cases where the performances may not have been at the very top, certainly the competitiveness of the events has not lacked at all. Lots of fire on the track.
So next on track will be the Class 1 boys 4x200 meter relay final. One of the, if not the longest standing record on the books here at the Gibson Relays. A minute 24.67 set by the outstanding Jamaica College team back in 1992. Featuring the likes of Rudolph Mighty, Carl McPherson. And so here are the lane assignments. Ardennes in 1. Green Island 2. Calabar will be in 3. Excelsior lines up in 4. Cornwall College representing the West from 5. The fellow Western team, Herbert Morrison, will be in 6. Wolmer's boys, they'll run from lane 7. And Jamaica College lines up in lane 8.
This is one of the records that Renardo Brown has only heard about in the history books. Renardo, were you born in 1992 when this record was set?
I was.
You were already alive?
Yes.
Okay, well.
Probably didn't have the knowledge that I was. But I was.
1992. This is one of the unbreakable records here at Gibson Relays. I say that despite the fact that we've seen so many records go. But the team that set this record, Jermaine Brown mentioned it to you, really at the time was out of class.
And still out of class. But still held by the same school, Jamaica College. 1992, the year it was. And you wonder when that record could go. We've seen so many quality sprinters throughout the years representing at Gibson. And none of them have been, and teams overall, and none of them have been able to take this record down as they're down on their knees and in their blocks for the Class 1 boys 4x200 meter relay open. Well, Class 1 final.
To break this record, though, I think you kind of have to actually set a team up, perhaps give up the 4x1. You know, it's difficult to run a 4x1 and come back to get this record.
So they're set to where the record might be out of sight. But these athletes want to lay down a marker here tonight. Jamaica College have gone out well, so too Excelsior. Also there is Cornwall College, Herbert Morrison also in the mix. Jamaica College makes a safe exchange on the outside. Inside though, it's Cornwall College. Here's Jamaica College, Cornwall College, Excelsior, Wolmer's boys. Calabar left out of it at the moment. JC, they're flying. Excelsior with a slight advantage based on the stagger. Jamaica College, Excelsior, Calabar with work to do. Wolmer's boys is there. So too Cornwall College as they come onto the back stretch. They will come across. It's the Eagles who are soaring, but JC responds in style. Final exchange, Jamaica College, Excelsior, Wolmer's boys, Cornwall College, Calabar left back. Dale with baton in hand for Herbert Morrison, looking to storm his team into a position. Jamaica College flying. A look over his right shoulder. JC will hold off the field. Herbert Morrison through Daly is flying. They've come almost into third. JC win it 125.18. We wait until the clock settles. It's 125.92.
The speed of DeAndre Daly of Herbert Morrison, that ankle leg. You know, as fast and exciting as that was, still over a second slower than the record. That's an indication of the might of that mighty team from back in 1992.
Yeah, as you look back at the event clean break, and you pointed out earlier, Bruce, not too many false starts in the meet this year, or at the meet this year, and that's always good. And JC took the lead early.
Compliments to the shot there. I love that. That's a view rarely seen on TV.
And Wolmer's was right there. Cornwall College, who looked good in the heats, they were there. Excelsior are also in the business, but it was JC who had taken the lead and just extended it right throughout. Looked composed, this JC team, confident. And this is where we see the Excelsior Eagles had just nipped ahead. But here comes JC now, and also Wolmer's and the rest of the pack. The ankle leg now. Impressive ankle leg by JC here as well. But look out for DeAndre Daly. Not yet in your picture for Herbert Morrison. He'll be closing quickly. He's about 5 places back, or 4 places back from Herbert Morrison. And he's streaking through as JC continues to hold firm up top. And we'll show you shortly. It might just be coming into your shot. Maybe not. But it's JC in the end who takes it. And we're hoping to show you DeAndre Daly of Herbert Morrison with a blinding finish for the team from the West. A minute 25.92 for JC, a minute 26.69 for Excelsior. Herbert Morrison taking the bronze, a minute 27.71.
Now we move to the Class 2 boys in the 4x2. What we have left are 4x2 boys Class 2, 4x2 boys Class 3.
Class 4.
4x2 Class 4, and then we end with 3 4x4s for the Gibson McCook Relays 50.
All right, so we'll give you the lane assignments. I think Kingston College listed for lane 1. Let's see if they're there. St. Catherine should be running from 2. St. Jago will be in 3. JC saw them winning Class 1 just now. They'll be in 4. Calabar will be in 5. William Nib represents from lane 6. Stets lines up in 7. And out there in lane 8 will be Excelsior High looking to soar the Eagles. So just waiting their final orders. I'm not seeing KC. And they're listed for lane 1. So not quite seeing them at the moment. So they center their blocks, and so no KC. So it's St. Catherine, St. Jago, JC, Calabar, William Nib, Stets, and Excelsior.
Set.
The record here, 1 minute 25.30, set in 2014 by Kingston College, who are not in lane number 1. Excelsior gets a good start. So to Calabar, Jamaica College in the middle of the pack in that dark blue and white, also going well. So to Stets on the outside. The exchange being made now. It's Calabar, St. Elizabeth Technical, and that purple and green of William Nib. Calabar with a slight advantage on this second leg, as they will swing into the straightaway. St. Elizabeth Technical, just a look over his left shoulder. Stets and Calabar away from the field. Excelsior in third position. William Nib there. Jamaica College with work to do The exchange almost made simultaneously between Calabar and St. Elizabeth Technical on this third leg. As they will go on to the back stretch, it's Calabar with a slight advantage. St. Elizabeth Technical is right there. Calabar stepping, he's bounding as they go by the Marathon Tunnel. Calabar ahead of Stets. Jamaica College cuts across. Then it's Excelsior. Calabar hands over first. Final leg. Calabar trying to hold off St. Elizabeth Technical. But look at Jamaica College come. It's Calabar trying to hold off the field. And Calabar gets it.
Very, very good running for Class 2. Again, the Class 2, another one of those challenging records. Class 2 record 125.30.
Very good effort there by Calabar, right throughout. So Gordon and taking the baton for them on the second leg and really putting them into the ascendancy as we look back at the event. Clean break for the field. And Calabar, they left out early. JC and also William Nib. Stets were right there, right throughout as well as they ran from lane 7. This now is the first changeover. It was even at this point. Stets maybe slightly by way of the stagger. And here comes Gordon now for Calabar as he hunted down the man from Stets as they came inside the home stretch. And really showing grit and really pushing. And Stets trying to hold, but it's Calabar who handed over. And at this point in time was Calabar and Stets. But you felt that Calabar had the measure of the field at this point.
Yeah, just.
Is that Bramwell?
Yes, that's
Calabar?
McCoy Bramwell of Calabar. The yellow flag went up, so we'll wait to see what the final placings will be. But once Bramwell handed over
was wondering,
to his teammate on the
Jermaine,
anchor
if
here.
it was the Excelsior athlete who cut across the rest of the field to make that exchange.
JC was also closing, but wasn't going to catch Stets or Calabar at this point. And that is how they finished up. Calabar from Stets from JC. A minute 27.13 is the winning time for Calabar, which would have made them competitive in Class 1 as well. So a good run by the Calabar team. A minute 27.13. Stets a minute 28.21. JC a minute 28.91. Excelsior finished up 4th. So spectators there just anticipating more. And this the 50th year of the Gibson McCook relays.
As we look to now Class 3, 4x200 meters. Monroe College in lane 1. That's why Jermaine Brown isn't calling it out. Campion College in lane 2. Calabar in 3. St. Jago in 4. Kingston College in 5. Herbert Marson Technical in 6. Jamaica College out there in 7. And then Homewood Technical in lane 8, completing the field in this, the boys Class 3, 4x200 meter relay. The record here, 1 minute 31.39, set in 2018 by Kingston College. Seeing the St. Jago team there. It looks as if lane 5, maybe Kingston College, they've called it an early evening.
Well, who's calling me are my Campionite friends. All of them are saying, hey, Campion's in a final. They're celebrating. And they have said to me, Jermaine, to let you know that they believe Campion will beat Monroe in this race.
We shall see. We shall see. As they head to their blocks for this, the Class 3 boys 4x200 meter relay final. Casey coming with the fastest qualifying time at a minute 34.20. That's Campion there in lane 2. So they're sent about their business here in the Class 3 boys 4x200 meter relay final. An even break for the field. Traveling well is Calabar and St. Jago. Herbert and Morrison also looking good up top. So that's St. Jago as they head down the back stretch. And they hand over now. That's St. Jago leading by the stagger. Going by Herbert and Morrison. JC, they'll have some work to do. Calabar is also going to work. Up top is Homewood Technical. So they come inside the home stretch. It's Calabar now who takes charge and goes away from the field. They'll hand over, penultimate handover, and it's Calabar who lead from St. Jago. Homewood Technical, Herbert and Morrison, JC. But Calabar, as they did in Class 2, looking impressive here once again. They head down that back stretch. It's Calabar from Red Hills Road. The record of 1:31.39. Let's see if that will be touched at all this evening. But it's Calabar from St. Jago. Herbert and Morrison there back in third. St. Jago attacks Calabar. They'll have to be mindful. St. Jago attacks. Calabar trying to hold. St. Jago goes by Calabar at this point. Can Calabar respond? No, they will not. It's St. Jago who will take this, the Class 3 boys 4x200 meter relay final. And a distant third for JC. Herbert Morrison comes through now. Homewood Technical, Campion, then Monroe.
The Campionites victory with 5 meters left in the race. The Campionites run past the Monroe man. We have some new track and field analysts at Campion. I think since doing as well as they did in schoolboy football this year, Jermaine, the confidence at Campion College has skyrocketed for sports.
As you look back at the replay, the even break, the Calabar went out quite quickly. St. Jago as well, and the JC were traveling well up top. St. Jago looking powerful. Calabar working. And this event is not one to be underestimated either, Renardo, as it does take quite a bit of speed and endurance, as we saw St. Jago motoring into the straightaway. Calabar hunting and going by.
This was the second leg
for Calabar, and we were to see a repeat of this on the anchor leg. But when that comes up, you'll see it was in the reverse. It was St. Jago who took charge, but at this point it was Calabar, and he felt that Calabar at this point might have done what they did in Class 2
It
and
was
won the event.
at this stage, Jermaine, that St. Jago, as you saw a flag there on the back stretch, closed the gap on Calabar, and you were wondering if they had closed it enough. And just when they hit the 200-meter mark, and you were wondering if the St. Jago anchor leg runner may have showed his hand early, but once he came off the curb, up on the shoulder of the Calabar athlete and went in front.
Yeah, he had him. Yeah,
he had him measured.
Yeah, and had him as a target coming into the home stretch, and that's always good. The Calabar anchor leg didn't know where the St. Jago man was, and when he was caught, just couldn't respond. And St. Jago takes the Class 3 boys 4x200 meter relay in a time of 1:32.21.
And 132.86 for Calabar. Jamaica College 136.62. Herbert Morrison 139.88. Homewood Technical in 5th. But then when you got to 6 and 7, Campion College 142.27, finishing ahead of Monroe College. Weren't exactly at 6s and 7s. Campion College and Monroe. Bruce James. And the Campionites that gave you the tip. Maybe they can give us the lottery number. Who knows?
This now Campionites, now is a good time to let me know what's up.
So the Class 4 4x200 meter for boys final. Calabar in 1. Camperdown in 2. St. Jago in 3. Jamaica College in 4. Kingston College set to go in 5. Excelsior in 6. St. George's College in 7. And Herbert Morrison in lane 8, and not for the first time, lane 5 empty, no Kingston College.
All right, so they're sent to their blocks. The youngest age group among the boys, a record of a minute 34.71 set back in 2010 by Woolmer's boys, and oh, what a year that was for Woolmer's boys. As the athletes settle inside their blocks, Calabar, Camperdown, St. Jago, JC, Excelsior, St. George's, and Herbert Morrison. So sent off in this the Class 4 boys 4x200 meter relay final. Traveling well up top, that's St. George's hunting down Herbert Morrison early. JC there in your picture along with the Excelsior, but it's St. George's who've done most of the early work. So St. George's with the lead, and St. Jago, they'll have some work to do. Jamaica College as well. So it's Jamaica College who goes hunting now, as St. George's looks to maintain that lead. Jamaica College now surges in front. The Class 4 boys 4x200 meter relay final. It's St. Jago Jamaica College from St. Jago. Calabar is also right there. Excelsior a bit back, Herbert Morrison as well. St. Jago now goes by Jamaica College. So St. Jago, they took the Class 3 boys equivalent. Let's see if they'll do the same here in Class 4. St. Jago, final leg. Jamaica College, Calabar. These three go hunting. And it's St. Jago at this point. With just about 100 meters to go, it's St. Jago as they come inside the home stretch. Hunted by Jamaica College and Calabar. Can JC catch St. Jago? St. Jago holding. Jamaica College goes hunting. What a bang-up finish we'll have here. Can JC do it? And they just might have. On the line, maybe, as Calabar takes a third. Well, let's see. It was close. And yes, they did it. St. Jago, they did it to JC in the Class 3 equivalent. And, well, the tables have turned here in Class 4.
I tell you what, I don't think that the entire national stadium is supporting Jamaica College. I just think Jamaicans love close races. A superb run there from Jamaica College and St. Jago, almost, very close, almost winning the last 4x200 meters, but Jamaica College denying them a fantastic final leg as Milton Walker, or head of news and sports, are celebrating, almost took up the entire commentary team, former Jamaica College man, but a good run from JC. St. George's College on the outside there in that blue did some early running. Herbert Morrison to the extreme left of your screen. In the middle, Jamaica College and St. Jago at this stage. And Calabar, you won't see them in your shot, left out of it, did well to come back. St. George's College again, but this is where Jamaica College started to take control of this race. There you see Calabar at the back, Herbert Morrison in the outside lane, Excelsior coming back, but at this stage, St. Jago and Jamaica College, the top two, Calabar in third position, St. Jago making a move here on the back stretch as they will cut across and go past the marathon tunnel. And you felt St. Jago have the race won here, but with another exchange to go, the final leg, St. Jago maybe a 5 to 6 meter lead flag on the final exchange, the final exchange box there. And here's the lead, round about 10 meters, and Jamaica College closing with every step. And the St. Jago anchor leg runner at this stage, he can hear footsteps starting to tire now, wanting to look over his shoulder, but still wanting to get the line. Just nipping him at the line there. Jamaica College, very close.
As close as you can get in a 4x2. Again, these are the youngest boys here. And look, it's so close.
Straining and getting that win.
Couldn't even get the dip in properly. 136.02 for Jamaica College, 136.04. That's how close it was. Calabar 139.48 for third. Excelsior, Herbert Morrison, St. George's College, Camperdown, rounding out the rest of the field. Now we've got the 4x1s, we've got the sprint medley, we've got the 4x8s, we've got the 4x200 meters, all that out of the way. We've seen some individual events. The men's high jump provided some thrill with both athletes, the top two in Shane Wilson, Christoph Bryan, both equal in the meet record. We also saw the women's long jump, Tisana Hicklin going in that. The primary and primary school athletes, 10 to 12, provided the first records on the track in the afternoon session.
Good point.
Spanish Town getting things going, and then it just flowed. We saw some superb running in the 60 meters, but ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the 4x400 meter relay. We'll start with the men's clubs and institutions. Titans in 1, Sprint Tech in 3, Titans in 2, Sprint Tech in 3, Speed Unit in 4, GC Foster College 5, Swept Track Club in 6, GC Foster B again in 7, and the Micah University College in lane 8.
3 races to go, viewers, and somehow the organizers at Gibson Relays have found a way to get us back on time, with the final races scheduled to go off at 9:05.
GC Foster Clan there. Nice change of kit for GC Foster College. Used to the white tops and brown tights. Now it's some gold and brown. Looking to end the night with a golden run here, GC Foster College. That's Rashid McDonald. Didn't show up for the men's 400 meters. Maybe because he has his eyes set on the 4x4 for Speed Unit running out of lane 4.
The national 400 meter record holder, Rashid McDonald, at 43.9. 6 sent about their business here, and the clubs and institutions men's 4x400 meter relay final. So that's Titans, Sprint Tech, Speed Unit, GC Foster, Swept, GC Foster B up top looking good, and Maiko in lane 8. So Rashid McDonald on the lead-off leg for Speed Unit out of lane 4, looking the best of the lot, having closed quickly on GC Foster. The man formerly of MVP takes Speed Unit into the lead inside the home stretch. Pink spikes for Rashid McDonald this evening as he looks to hand over first for Speed Unit. And GC Foster B are there. So it's Speed Unit who lead from lane 4. And also going well, it's Titans as well. And GC Foster and GC Foster B a bit back. But it's Speed Unit and the Titans closing nicely as well. Through.
Looks to be Malik James King on this leg. And they've closed and they're going well here. GC Foster College in 3rd and 4th. But the battle between these top two, Speed Unit is trying to hold off Titans. And the exchange will be made now.
So just remaining in front is Speed Unit. GC Foster A ranges up now. Along with Titans is still there. So it's still Speed Unit from GC Foster A. And Titans, as they go hunting these three, just about 200 meters to go on this leg. So it's Terry Thomas who is passed now as Titans are in front. GC Foster still there in the business as well. GC Foster A.
So Terry Thomas here trying to hold off the rest of the field. Exchanges first for Speed Unit. So it's Speed Unit, GC Foster College A. And then it's the Titans Track Club with 300 meters to go in this men's 4x400 meter relay.
And it's GC Foster now who ranges up. And they've taken the lead. Or have they? Speed Unit responds. Just about 150 meters to go. Still Speed Unit ahead of GC Foster A. So it's still Speed Unit. GC Foster attacks. GC Foster now ranging up and taking the lead once and for all. And they will surge to victory here in the men's 4x400 meter relay final. And Titans, they'll come through for third. So GC Foster, after trailing for most of the race, both their A and B teams, the A team taking it in the end.
GC Foster College taking the race sub 3:10, and that's GC Foster College A at 3:07.78.
Looking easy. This was a wonderful run from Terry Thomas. Came back, made up the ground on the rest of the field, and gave his team a lead. And GC Foster College here just being relegated as speed unit took control here through Terry Thomas. And Titans Track Club holding on to second place. And a strong run from Terry Thomas, formerly of Greater Portmore. And hands over. But then GC Foster College, and that wonderful anchor leg, was able to come through and take the victory in the men's 4x400 meter relay. And the competition here, just it's so nice to see. The rivalry is one, the competitiveness between the two teams at the front.
Yeah, Speed Unit and GC Foster.
And GC Foster, and then this, still look over, and then another glance. Just stepped forward, stepped to the front.
And throughout the years, this has been an event that is loved by Jamaicans, the 4x400 meter relay. In the 90s, we had the men's team featuring in the Olympic finals, World Championship finals as well. And the women, they've continued to carry the baton in this event for Jamaica. The crowd enjoying what's on offer here at the Gibson Relays, in the 50th year. Just 2 events to go, including the high school girls 4x400 meter final that comes up next on track. I'll give you the lane assignments shortly. As Bruce pointed out earlier, the organizers are back on schedule. Race tip to go off at 8:50.
Set.
They're called back.
Oh dear.
They're called back.
With 2 races to go, I had declared, oh, well, we're having no problems with false starts at this Gibson McCook relay.
Commentators curse.
We would have seen a false start in the 4x100 meter relay.
Let's see if we can see where this. Yeah. Oh, it was lane 8. Oh my!
Went out
that's
early.
San Diego.
That's like
kicked out Edwin Allen. There
gun,
was a false start.
In fact, that was before the gun.
In the Masters competition, the Masters races.
Let's see what will happen here as the official runs over now.
Yeah,
and Diego athlete still standing behind her blocks.
So Jermaine and Renardo and viewers, what I was talking about are the false start controversies.
Yeah,
we haven't had
right.
that.
So San Diego is ejected for a false start, and a painful thing it is, as she would have had 3 others depending on her to bring the baton around. And that's the aim of the game, bring the baton around to complete the event.
There have been these meets, Jermaine and Renardo, where we're watching and we're like, we don't see the false start, or we're not sure, or what's happening, and That's what I'm talking about. In the cases where the athletes have false started and been charged, that's appropriate.
We've seen an instance in the men's 60 meter that a yellow card was shown because we couldn't detect anything.
Yeah, I saw a twitch, but the rules allow for a twitch. But if you twitch and you disturb the start,
So
you should be warned.
They're sent back to their blocks. Vere, Mount Alvernia, Edwin Allen, Homewood, Excelsior, Hydel, and Manchester. St. Jago, they are out. So they're sent off in this, the penultimate event of the Gibson McCook Relays 2023. Hydel ranging up quite nicely early on. Manchester is right there in the business. And Excelsior is also there. Edwin Allen also doing some work. And coming in with the fastest qualifying time would have been, well, dare I say, Homewood Technical. And they're a bit back at the moment. But it's Manchester from Hydel and Excelsior. These three coming to the home stretch along with Edwin Allen. Looking most impactful, it's Hydel. Who will hand over first? Looks to be Hydel by way of the stagger. Manchester also working. Homewood now coming back into the mix.
It's Edwin Allen who has the slight advantage. Homewood Technical is right there. It's a central battle for the top 3 spots because Hydel is also there making the running into 3rd spot. Excelsior carrying the corporate area. Candle, a little bump there, but they stay in this one. It's Edwin Allen over Homewood Technical with Hydel in 3rd place. Edwin Allen still comfortable and trying to open up that lead on the rest of the field. Hydel now steps forward in the form of McAnuff. Edwin Allen strong and powerful as they will hand over first ahead of Hydel. And then it's a battle for 3rd with Homewood Technical and Excelsior.
Will it be enough? This Hydel team, we saw them earlier in the 4x2. McAnuff, I think that's Alana Reed as well. So Hydel, depending on that quartet there. And so, but up top, it's Edwin Allen who's moving away from the field. Excelsior also surges. It's Edwin Allen with just about 150 meters to go. So Edwin Allen showing their range, and they won the 4x8, Edwin Allen, and here they are now just opening up as they come inside the home stretch. It's Edwin Allen looking dominant, looking impressive as they look to hand over. So Homewood Technical now have moved up into 2nd, but these teams will have a lot of work to do to catch Edwin Allen at this point.
Alana Reed would have played her part in a record-breaking 4x200 meter relay team for Hydel.
About 1 hour ago.
About an hour ago. And that telling. But Edwin Allen way out in front. In 2nd position is Homewood Technical. And the battle on for 3rd between Hydel and Excelsior. So the central schools occupy the top 3 spots. The gap between Edwin Allen and Homewood Technical opening by every stride. Edwin Allen will take the rest of the field into the straightaway for the last 100 meters of this one.
So Edwin Allen looking impressive right throughout. Ricky and Russell trying to close for Homewood Technical, but no stopping Edwin Allen. They took the 4x800 meters and they've sealed the 4x400 meters as well. The final event for high school girls, and that goes to Edwin Allen. 3 minutes 36.01 for Edwin Allen. And Excelsior, I believe, came through for 3rd. Or Hydel, in fact, came through for 3rd. So the winning team, the winning quartet from Edwin Allen, very convincing, very impressive win. And no doubt, after winning that 4x8, they've come back here to win the 4x4 as well. As we look back at the replay, at this point in time, things where Edwin Allen really took charge, as we saw Alana Reed not being able to take on that pace here on this leg as Homewood and Excelsior pressed.
The Edwin Allen team just too good for the rest of the field here. And looking at Alana Reed there for Hydel, and trying her best. Would have run in the 4x1 heats earlier today as a part of the 4x200 meter relay team, and now running a leg on the 4x400 meters. So some well-needed rest for tomorrow, because Central Championships start in a few days' time.
Will be interesting, and same for Makhanoff as well. A lot of work, but certainly Edwin Allen are going about their business at this point, and we knew by this time that they wouldn't be caught, Edwin Allen, as they just kept going away from the field. 3 minutes 36.01 the time for them, and finishing up strongly. Edwin Allen dominant all the way throughout, and no doubt another confidence booster for them as well, having not gotten a victory in the 4x1s, came back well in the 4x8, and now they've taken the 4x4. So you can never count out Edwin Allen. They're always in the mix when it comes on to winning these races at these championships. So it's Edwin Allen coming across the line. Impressive from Frankfield Clarendon. 3 minutes 36.01 the winning time for Edwin Allen.
So Edwin Allen 3:36.01, 3:37.67 for Homewood Technical. Hydel 3 minutes 44.02, Excelsior 3:45.69, then Manchester and Mount Alvernia. I tell you what, folks, the decibel level inside the National Stadium will go up a couple of notches, not because it's a final event of Gibson McCook Relays 2023, the 50th anniversary, but it's because it's the boys 4x400 meter relay open. This one provides some thrills and spills. St. Jago, they go in 1, Excelsior in 2, Kingston College in 3, Edwin Allen in 4, Jamaica College in 5, St. Elizabeth Technical in 6, Manchester in 7, and Calabar in 8. You miss Kingston College in a couple of the 4x200 meter relay. They've showed up for the 4x400 meter. That's Excelsior. This is lane 5, Jamaica College. And they're looking confident, JC. Edwin Allen, and it comes to 400 meters. They have one Kennedy, and they have a Powell. They have an outstanding 4x4 team. Kingston College looking focused. Excelsior, when it comes to the 4x4, you just can't leave the Eagles out. And in lane 1, St. Jago.
A big final race for the 50th anniversary of Gibson McCook Relays. Will we have some fireworks? Bernardo Brown, Jermaine Brown, the Browns? Any relation? Have we discovered? Viewers, it's been a pleasure as we close the curtains. Gibson McCook Relays 2023.
Record of 3 minutes 07. Set back in 2014 by Calabar. So it's St. Jago, Excelsior, KC, Edwin Allen, JC, Stets, Manchester, and Calabar. Stets moving well early. They've come in with a qualifying time of 3 minutes 12.78 and showing just why, looking purposeful quite early. Edwin Allen also doing some work. Jamaica College also. And up top is Calabar. So as they come inside the straightaway, it's Stets who leads by the stagger, closing on Calabar. JC is also doing some work. Kingston College as well. But Western champions Stets, they'll hand over first. KC does, then Stets, then Edwin Allen.
So it's Kingston College, St. Elizabeth Technical, and Edwin Allen. But look who Edwin Allen has on this leg. Edwin Allen takes charge. St. Elizabeth Technical in second position. Kingston College in third. Kennedy, Mark Anthony Miller for Jamaica College in fourth and trying to close the gap on the rest of the field. Kennedy, he will straighten up for Edwin Allen. Look at Kingston College come back. Kennedy begging for the exchange, and they make it first. Edwin Allen over Kingston College. These two with a little bit of breathing room on the rest of the field. Jamaica College now works their way into third. St. Elizabeth Technical into fourth. And we're in for a bang-up finish here.
Indeed we are, as KC now looking to take that lead as they press Edwin Allen, who are staying right in the money. Edwin Allen, they come inside these straight away. JC now going to work. Stets on the inside. The Western champions also doing the business. But Edwin Allen holding firm. And Stets, what a leg by Stets here. And the final change, it's Stets out in front. The Western champions followed by Edwin Allen and JC. KC have it back with some work to do, but it's Stets up front and having this lead.
You get the feeling, Jermaine, that this one will go down to the wire. St. Elizabeth Technical, they've seen Kingston College and Edwin Allen share the lead. Jamaica College, they were third for most of this one. A slight stumble from Stets, but he regains his composure. But Kingston College, they are coming. Jamaica College, they have Stets in their sight.
So it's JC and Stets. Rotamaya from KC has some work to do, but it's Jamaica College who surges in front. And they'll take this one. The final event for Gibson McCook Relays 2023 goes to Jamaica College. 3 minutes 10.66 for JC, as Stets might just have held off a fast finishing KC. With Rotamaya, that celebration now for JC. And what a stirring event we had here right throughout. JC, Stets, and the Kingston College. And JC really showing their depth.
What
they took
an
the 4x8
amazing way
and they've
to
taken
finish.
the 4x4.
What an amazing way to finish, Jermaine Brown. Jamaica College led, Stets led, Edwin Allen led, Kingston College led. Here we have, at this stage, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be an Edwin Allen KC race. Thinking JC and Stets are too far out of it to be competitive. But JC and Stets had something else in mind. I think the Edwin Allen strategy of having Delano Kennedy run so early in the race helped them to look good early, but they didn't have the firepower late.
I think it's glaring as well that Brian Lavelle is not here at this year's Gibson McCook Relays for Edwin Allen. Had he been, it might have been a different story for them. But at this point, Stets here taking the lead, and a very good third leg by St. Elizabeth Technical.
So you're thinking Stets is aware and clear, but Jamaica College stepping, KC in fourth, Edwin Allen in third at this stage. Hard to believe that the results were going to be JC first, KC second, Stets third. Well, this is with 200 meters to go. In fact, very strategic move here by the youngster from Jamaica College. He said, hey, I'm not here to set a record. I'm here to win the race. So he slows down behind youngster from Stets, who's doing a lot of work at this stage. Kingston College coming back into it, and then 100 meters to go. It's all guts, all glory. And an interesting battle on for second place. You're going to see that Kingston College just outleans St. Elizabeth Technical for that silver. But this is where JC moves ahead.
And in the end, Jamaica College taking the glory, coming across the line just about now with the win in this, the final event for the Gibson McCook Relays 2023. winning time of...
I love 3:10.40, I think is what it was. Love the way the athletes look to the finish line clock as they... The first thing will let me win the race. Having cleared the field, let me now look at the finish line clock.
So 3 minutes 10.40 for Jamaica College. Kingston College 3:11.15. Coming back at St. Elizabeth for technical, who ended third in 3:11.16. Then you had Edwin Allen, St. Jago, Excelsior, Calabar, and Manchester High closing out the field there, closing out the competition, and closing out the night.
Indeed. And as we look to close out our coverage as well, we want to say thank you for joining us on TVJ, TVJSN, One Spot Media, and of course, Hits 92 FM. I want to thank our commentary team, Renata Brown, Bruce James. Earlier we had Jordan Fort, Dwayne Extall, and Hubert Lawrence. And a big thank you to the entire production team. And I am Jermaine Brown saying thanks for joining us for this year's coverage of the Gibson McCook Relays.
Hi, my name is Janelle Fowler-Reed, member of the Sunshine Girls, and you're watching TVJ Sports Network.
You know, he's the first and only heavyweight boxer in the world to have 4 world championships at the heavyweight division. He was the only cruiserweight champion. He's rated even now as one of the best ever boxers in life. And it is a great pleasure for me to say that Evander Real Deal Holyfield is on the sideline with us. Great to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
I apologize first for not saying it the way the ring announcers would say it. Evander Holyfield. What kind of buzz do you get off that?
Well, you know, that's what they get paid for, to excite the people, let them know something great is coming.
Yeah.
So, it's all right. You just got to live up to it now,
Right.
once they say it.
I had to prepare, obviously, for this interview, and there were a lot of things that I knew, but there are a lot of things I didn't know. Like, I didn't know you started boxing at 7. And I understand, as a sports person myself, that to be great, you want to start very young. But isn't 7 young to start boxing?
Right, I started at 8.
I started at 8?
Yeah, I started at 7, and so it was the last part of it. It was like when the guy actually told me that I could be like Muhammad Ali. I was 8 years old, and I was telling him that I'm 8 years old. And like this, he said, you can still be like Ali. I said, but I'm only 8. He said, you will always be 8. And instantly, he was right. In a week, I was gonna be 9. And so he said, you go home and ask your mom. Like that, because he had told me that I had a good mom, because he asked me, did I want to be a champion? I told him I had to ask my mom. Like this, and he told me I had a good mom. And as a kid, with me, I was saying, this man don't know my mama. But, as an adult, I realized that he understood that don't nobody go nowhere by themselves. They have to have parents. So it showed the point of respect that I respected my mom, because I told him I had to ask my mom. Because it didn't make no difference if he said I could or not. My mama could say no.
Yeah, but where did that come from? Did he just walk up and say, you look like you would like boxing? Did you like boxing at that time?
Well, as that kid, I came in for football practice. I played football. I was a good running back and a good linebacker. So I wanted to hit the speed back. But he said you had to be on a boxing team. So I said, I want to be on a boxing team. So he said no. And every day I asked him, he would say no. And finally, this last day I asked him, he said, yeah, come on in. He seen me hit the bag, and he said, oh, you strong. Well, you know, I always knew I was strong.
But you weren't big, though, were you?
But I want, you know, but the thing is that my dad was strong. And so my daddy hit real hard. And, you know, so you're supposed to be like your daddy. So, you know, I just had that thing that I hit real hard.
Okay, when did you want to be a boxer? When did you think about, this is what I want to do? What
Well,
age?
you know, I'm talking, it was an idea that someone else gave me. Is this man told me, you could be like Muhammad Ali. And so as a kid, I'm the youngest of 9. All my brothers and sisters in the neighborhood say you ain't gonna be nobody. Cause you're in a bad neighborhood that everybody's struggling. But I was that kid that ran real fast and all that. And I was that kid that you know, when you have a lot of brothers and sisters, they very competitive, so they beat you all the time. So you got this thing in your mind. This is, you know, your life become how your family is. They compete about everything, so I wonder when I'm gonna be the best. And I got an opportunity to go to the boys club, and going to the boys club, they put me with kids my age. Okay. So with the 6, 7, 8 years old. So when I was 6 years old, I found that I was faster than the 7, 8 years old. So, you know, for my age, I did real well.
Okay. What kind of personality did you have then? Were you a bad boy? I mean, did you like to fight outside of boxing? What kind of person were you?
Well, I was a kid that my brothers and sisters them told me what to do. So everybody told me what to do. And I finally got a break when I started going to the boys club.
Okay.
When I went to the boys club, and you know, and because my brothers and sisters were bigger than me, they were always stronger. When I got to the boys club, I found that I was the strongest. At 6 years old, I was stronger than at 7 or 8 years old. And I was the fastest, I was the strongest, and everybody liked to be around me.
Take me to your professional career. Do you remember your very first fight?
Sure, Lana Byron in New York.
Yeah? Were you nervous?
Well, you know, I would say I was, but you know, but it don't change